Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rent asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on.
Hello, everybody. My name is Pixel, and we are Ages of Einor. Welcome to the unbelievable, already in the thick of it, things having gone off the rails, action-packed fourth episode of Ages of Einor presents The Region of Bedegar. We are back once again with our bevy of Bedegar adventures, and we are super excited for the next episode of this follow-up campaign to the Siege of Castle Rend. If you're this far in, I have to assume that you've heard me mention that every time before now, so I'm going to stop mentioning it in the future. But we did have a whole other campaign, which two-thirds of these people participated in, leading up to all of this. But if you are with us for the first time tonight, feel free to just jump in and hang out. And then you can go back and watch all the old stuff, and it will make even more sense and be even funnier, I promise. So anyway, I'll be your Dungeon Master this evening for the Region of Bedegar, which is found in the D&D 5e supplements Kingdoms and Warfare by MCDM. And that adventure and book are a follow-up to their first book, Strongholds and Followers, the adventure Siege of Castle Rend we played previously. As always, we're going to get into the game here in just a few minutes, but before we do, we're going to go over our usual housekeeping things. First things first, folks, if you are looking at the maps, please try to remember you are seeing the DM perspective. So you'll be seeing things that are on my screen that the players may not see and may not know about. Oftentimes they'll be hidden in places the players can't see, or they'll be kind of grayed out. That means the players can't see them. They'll semi-transparent, stuff like that. Try not to spoil that stuff. If you ask, oh my God, what are they going to do about the Black Knight in the next room? Then they know he's there, even if they haven't gone in there yet. And that's going to degrade their experience.
Black Knight.
Yeah, of course. And so please try not to spoil that stuff in chat. They may be hanging out in chat with you guys, trying to interact and keep the stream fun and exciting for everybody. So do you taking notes over there? Okay. All right. Secondly, please remember that D&D is a complex game with a lot of rules where we're also improvising a story together as a group. So I may play fast and loose with the rules from time to time. I may invent a stat block for a Black Knight right off the top of my head because there's not really one in the D&D 5e monster manual. I may forget rules. I may change things in the adventure, all kinds of stuff. Don't lose your mind about it. We're trying to have a good time and play with our friends rather than to get every rule of this extraordinarily complex tabletop game correct 100% of the time. So if we are like trying to think of a ruling and you happen to know it, throw that in chat. We'll try to pick it up. But if we miss it, don't like lose your mind. We're not coming back to fix stuff. We'll just roll with it and try to get it right next time. Thirdly, we do want to keep this space as open and welcoming as we can to the extent that that is possible on the internet. We do welcome any of our Twitter refugees. If you are rapidly fleeing the Dying Bird site, welcome over to hang out with us. Yeah, obviously that's not a real thing. But anyway, thank you guys for coming to hang out. But we do want to keep that internet toxicity to a minimum. So we won't be putting up with anyone being abusive or hateful in chat, whether that's to other viewers or to anyone on stream regarding their character choices, their knowledge of the game or the rules, or really, frankly, anything else about them as people or their characters in the game. As always, I doubt that'll be a problem, but we do just like to mention that every time just so that nobody gets any bright ideas. And a reminder as well that we do release the show on YouTube and on our podcast after each episode during the following week. So if you miss an opportunity or have to miss part of an episode, don't fret. You can still catch it after the fact if you would like to be caught up. As far as that release schedule goes, typically how we're trying to do things, I don't always get it out on time, but I do my best. Sunday at noon after things go live, they usually go live on our Patreon, if you're in the early access tier for that. After that, everything goes live the following Wednesday, giving you a week and a half to get everything caught up by the time we do our next episode. So In the meantime, before we get started, I would like us to go around and cast. If you would please introduce yourselves and your characters, and remind us if you have chat inspiration or not before we begin. Bonus Mom.
Hi, I am Bonus Mom, and tonight I will be playing Perdita, and I am a Tabaxi rogue, and I'm in the middle of prison, and I don't like it there at all. But everything will be all right because I have chat inspiration.
Huzzah, Kyla.
Hey pals, I'm Kyla. I'm going to be playing Shanty, who is our druid and bard, one of our bards, I should say. And I am currently lacking chat inspiration.
Alrighty. Daniel.
Hey, I'm Daniel. I'll be playing Solomon, and it is a pleasure to be here playing with you fine folks. I do not have chat inspiration.
Excellent. Beast.
What's up, y'all? It's Beast here. Glad to have you. I will be playing Hiskers, the Tabaxi Valor Bard, and I am fully inspired. So don't give it to me.
You've heard it here first, friends. Don't give it to Beast. Jesse.
Hey, sorry, I was distracted. I was looking for like a barbecue sauce titties emoji to put in chat. I am Jesse. I am the Jokage, the village hidden in the memes. You can go see me on specialserver.com, something like that. I'm happy to be here, and I am playing Silas Blackhand. I am not chat inspired, but waiting to be. So thank you very much.
Excellent, excellent. And Taylor.
Hey friends, I'm Taylor. I play Enna, the Light Cleric. I'm so excited tonight because one of my best friends, Elizabeth, is watching tonight. This is her first time watching, so I love you, bitch.
Shout out to Elizabeth.
Yes, and I don't have any chat inspirations, so come inspire me.
Excellent. Well, thank you for stopping by, Elizabeth. We hope you enjoy the show. I'm Pixel. I am your Dungeon Master this evening, as I am most of the streams that we do here at Ages of Einor. You can also find me in our Discord, where I try to run games sometimes, but I'm also very busy running all of these adventures that we do online every Friday. This adventure airs every other Friday. So next week will be Curse of Strahd, although it's Thanksgiving weekend, so we may miss the episode, or it may be on Saturday instead. TBD on that. And then this next episode of this will happen on the 1st of December. I think that's the right date. Whatever the Friday after that is. The 2nd of December. You get it. Anyway, calendars. You can also find me here on Twitch at twitch.tv/hammerandpixel, where I stream video games and talk about video games as literature and do a whole bunch of very navel-gazing nonsense, as well as just some other regular nonsense. It's a good time. Anyway, all of that having been said, and without further ado, when last we left our heroes deep in the wet, moldy recesses of Bedegar Jail, our heroes had found themselves attempting to free the guild leader of the clock, Zola Honeycutt, who had been captured by Lord Saxton's regime for sedition. They impersonated priests of St. Verona to infiltrate the jail and successfully made their way to the cells. Unfortunately, during the escape attempt, after Perdita had cleverly lifted the keys off a distracted guard, she tried to throw them down the hallway to Solomon and was noticed, setting off the guards into tense combat in the tight halls as our heroes tried to protect all of the prisoners they had freed from the guards as they tried to escape the prison moments ago. They killed... moments ago, Roz killed and then Shanty reanimated the body of Teresa Dalrith, the warden of the jail. And that, friends, is where we resume our story. So you all are in this Bedegar jail. You have several prisoners. You have killed a couple of the guards. You intimidated, I believe, one of them into hiding in a bathroom. And you are trying to take out the rest of them. We had quite the wild combat last time, but unfortunately we were not able to fully finish that, just given the time constraints. We went over anyway, so that is where we're going to pick back up. And I think we should be correctly at the top of initiative. I think I was a smart enough person. I believe Past Pixel was clever enough to have ended at the end of a round.
We did.
And so, thank you, friends. And so, Perdita, you are up. So, so far, you are kind of stuck at the back of this. Using your movement and dash, you might be able to get through the hubbub. What would you like to do?
All right. Well, Perdita, seeing that someone has fallen in the front, and Perdita does not like to be in the back. No, she wants to be in the action every moment. So she is going to race forward. She's going to use her whatever that was, and I forget it every time I look at it.
Cunning action, bonus
cunning
action, dash.
Yes. She's going to do her cunning action. She's going to use it to race forward up here where she can see what is going on. And then as she is there and she looks at the soldiers who are on either side of her, Monsieur le DM, can she see if one of them is more injured or neither of them is injured?
Now, none of those people next to you have been injured. You do have sneak attack on either one you would like to hit, although hitting the one to your west does free up a little more room for people to rush further into the hallway, should they so desire, on the way towards the door. But it's up to you. What would you like to do?
Well, I have used my bonus action to, my cunning action to move forward, so I really only have the attack. So using my short sword, I'm immediately going to slash at the gentleman to my west side with my short sword.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage, or go ahead and roll to attack.
You know, because I really want to get a little bit of something in. Oh, should I have said it before? Like, if I want to use a luck point, can I roll again? Or does that
you
mean
can, with luck, you can do it after the fact like that, yes.
All right, but before it is determined. So I'm going to, just to be on the safe side, I am going to use a luck point and I'm going to roll it again. Oh, well, but I'll take the first one. I'll take a 15.
Okay, 15 does not hit.
Oh, I'm very...
Technically, you rolled claws on that first one, Perdita.
I did?
If you had rolled a short sword, it would be an 18.
Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Oh, Monsieur le DM.
Yeah, I'll allow it. That's fine.
Does that mean
just roll damage for your short sword? Yeah, you clicked on cross. Go ahead. Sorry.
If I had rolled an 18, I would not have used a luck point. I would have figured that
that's
hit.
Fine. Yes, 18
okay?
does hit. Yes, you can have your luck point back. That's fine.
Thank you so much. But I'm going to use the second roll and use the short sword to hit damage.
Yeah, that's fine. And hopefully it'll do your sneak attack. It does.
All
okay.
Right, so that's 21 points of damage.
Great.
Oh, Roz, you are so good
Perdita.
to me. What?
How does this man die?
Well, he's very surprised because he did not expect the little monk kitty cat to run up the hall, okay? So all I did, I was very clever. I just, with my mighty paw, took my mighty short sword, and I ran it through him. That's all. It was very simple.
Okay. All right. Well, so let's see. Your movement, how far did you move to get up there?
It took 35.
Okay.
So I had, I have 30. So I have 25 feet more of movement.
So, and you also still have your bonus action for your tail. No, you used your bonus action to dash. You're right. You're good. Okay.
Wait. I want to look at something. Hold on, Perdita. Oh, Perdita. You know, I am going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to move up to the other fellow there, which unfortunately I think means that there will be an attack of opportunity.
There sure will.
Well, let's have at it, as they say.
Okay. That is a 20 to hit.
Well, it will hit me.
For 7 points of piercing damage on Perdita as you rush down the hallway.
Ooh.
Okay, and that brings us to Tusik Funnyfingers, who I don't think you guys gave him a weapon, did you? No, but he picked some stuff up off the guards. That's right. I remember now. So he does have a weapon. The question is, can he get... He cannot get up there. So he is just going to move up to behind Shanty and hold his spear. That brings us to this random bandit who... Did I give him something? Golly gee, there's so many like rando people in here.
You know, I think you managed it so everyone had something.
Because there's a bunch of dudes dead in that corner, so I think, yeah. Where'd the bandit? Okay, so
Boy,
Tusik-
could you imagine having a reach weapon and the sentinel feet in this place?
be a bad time. I don't think he can really get anywhere either. He's going to run up behind Tusik. Is this guard still alive? No, he's not. That brings us to Twilight. Does she have anything? She does. She picked up a spear. Okay. But she can't really get anywhere. Zola can't really get anywhere. These folks are just kind of piling up in the back here.
Join the conga train,
Yeah,
y'all.
they are. That guard is dead. That brings us to Roz. Roz, you are standing just behind a resurrected Teresa Dalruth, who is a zombie, under the control of your dear friend
I'm sorry, Dalrath? As in
Dalruth.
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 Okay, all right.
All right.
I'm watching you.
Mm.
Roz,
Under the control of your dear friend Shanty.
how disgusting. You should not play with your food. Roz is going to cast Sleep, which is a 20-foot creatures within a 20-foot point, or within 20 feet of a point that I designate, within 90 feet of me, a lot of math, I think is going to cover
I'll give you a
all
token.
of these guys.
Okay, it is a 20-foot. Is it a radius or a
Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose.
So that's going to be a
if
20-foot
I
radius.
choose
Yeah.
Here, yeah, then it
5,
should.
10, okay, so
it should
it's
capture
basically.
everyone.
Oh, there's a sleep. I have one for it. Great. I don't even have to mess around with this. I just. Okay.
And Roz is going to upcast this, actually.
Okay.
At. Let's do level 3.
Okay, there you go, Beast. You can move that wherever you want. It has to be a point you can see. And a point is a vertex between two squares. So pop the center of that wherever you think you want it.
All right, I would like it. Meow.
Okay, can you... I don't know... Where's the center?
I guess
You have to be
the
able to
center
see
is-
the absolute center point of this, which is a vertex
right.
between two of these squares. So
So,
I guess, yeah, that you can see that
Right about
vertex
there?
right there. Yeah, you can see that.
all right.
Okay, so starting with the lowest, and you'll be dropping down health. 36 plus 9 is
45,
45
points
points
of
of-
non-lethal damage.
okay. All right, what does it look like as you've said your piece, but how do you cast the spell?
Yeah, so Roz reaches into a small pouch that is attached to her belt, which is straining now. It is on its last notch. She's gained a bit of weight in these last 9 months. And taking out a pinch of what looks like small pieces of silicate clay dust, she is going to chuck it into the air and quietly purr in rhythm, casting the sleep spell.
Did you just like Sandman sand cat litter at these people?
Yes, that was in fact kitty litter.
Okay,
You're,
all right.
you're welcome.
Just wanted to make sure that I understood what was happening. Yeah, so 3 of these individuals do fall asleep. These 2 in the eastern hallway and 1 around the corner, and no one else is affected. Brilliant maneuver by Roz. And they sleep, and I believe they fall prone. I can't imagine that they can stand up, so we're going to put them prone as well, just so everybody kind of understands.
And then if Roz is going to move through spaces, I assume the zombie is considered an ally. Would Roz be able to move through them? Is that difficult terrain, or is that normal?
I would say that honestly they're like unconscious laying on the ground. I would say difficult terrain. Yeah, I would say difficult terrain, because if you accidentally step on them, you could turn your ankle and fall down and stuff. So I would say
Cool. So using my Tabaxi racial ability, feline agility, I will move double my movement of 60 feet, which should allow me to get right behind Perdita. And then Roz, as a bonus action, due to her new title as the voice of Rend and the court minstrel of the Court of Rend, will cast Vicious Mockery at the one guy who is awake, this guy at the end of the hall here.
Okay. Let's see. This guy is being viciously mocked.
DC 15.
Wow. Well, with a +0, that is a 17.
Ah, boo.
So your
You
vicious...
think your armor can protect you, but words will find their way, or maybe not.
Maybe they would if I knew what them words meant.
You are too stupid to be insulted.
Okay. And that actually brings us to that person's turn. Now, okay, I think they don't want to take the time to move their dumb friend. They can't really stand in that space. They are going to heavy crossbow Roz. Roz, I have a nice, natural 1.
Oh, yeah.
So
I like that.
that's not going to hit. And just for shits and giggles, I am going to say that the heavy string on his crossbow breaks. So this guy, I don't know what I can do to indicate that he doesn't have a crossbow anymore. We'll give him a little wrench to mean that he doesn't have a crossbow anymore. Okay, that brings us to this guy. Silas, you see that there's this half-orc dude cowering in the kitchen. Does he doesn't have any combat abilities that I know of. No, he doesn't. So he just he's holding a meat cleaver in the kitchen, and he is sort of praying to himself quietly.
I'm gonna wink at him.
Okay.
Is it a free action to say anything?
Oh yeah, go ahead and say something
Just
to him.
quip. I'll just be like, "You like your job? You want out?
No, I
Follow us.
fucking hate it here. This place sucks.
Come on."
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ooh.
I'm bad at these. 6.
Okay. How easy is this guy to persuade is the question that I now have to ask myself.
Better be pretty easy.
Yeah.
You did say he hates it there.
He does hate it here. That is pretty easy.
Yeah, that's got to lower the DC a bit.
So that's
right?
a 0 on an intelligence check. So I think he's very easy to persuade. So I think he goes, all right. And he rushes down, opens this door, and just slams his cleaver into this guard's face, killing him instantly.
Oh my God!
Oh shit. Okay. Nice.
And he says, anarchy.
Finally, a proper butcher.
I've wanted to do that for years. Let's make some
Okay.
bacon.
Yes, I will take a pound of his bacon.
That brings us to Enna.
Awesome. I have a question. Would you be able to take away this back shadow
Back
On the map.
shadow.
or this
the dynamic shadow,
yeah, whatever it's called?
the lighting.
I could. What are you trying to see?
I don't know. I just don't like it. But
Okay.
it's okay. We're good.
No,
Okay.
I mean,
wanna
it does
vote
make
with
it hard to
Anna.
see, but your character
just-
can't see certain things
Yeah.
already. You know what I mean? So it's kind of.
I understand. Yeah, I just like it without it, but it's all good. Okay.
Most
so
of the
how
maps
long-
aren't quite so intense as this one, but
Yeah, you're good. Okay. So, how long are these guys asleep for?
a minute or until somebody wakes them up or they take damage.
Okay. I think Enna is just gonna move. Well, I don't really want to wake up these guys.
Yeah. So the two guys. Yeah. So those guys. You guys basically don't have to worry about them anymore as long as nobody damages them. if you move forward and look down the hallway, you'll see there's people, out towards the exit. And you have have some targets over there you can hit if you want. So
Where is it?
if you move up to like standing on top of this dead body, basically, you'll see there's like a dude over there you can shoot at. This guy over here. And you should have enough movement to get that far, I think.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna move there, and then I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon to take a stab at that guy.
Okay, I think you can move the spiritual weapon 20 feet, if I'm not mistaken.
It's 60 feet.
Okay, wait.
You can cast it 60 feet. You can move it 20 per round.
Yeah, I
Right.
think. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but I guess it doesn't say you can't move it through walls.
Right. That is.
So you can't quite get it there this round. You could move it like in over there, because it is it's like a ghost basically. So you can like move it on a direct line for that guy, but it can't quite hit him through the wall.
Okay,
But
I'll
next
just do that
round
then.
you'll be able to do that. But then you also have your action if you would like to cast a spell or Sacred Flame that guy, or I don't know if you have like a crossbow, whatever you got.
Oh, hold on, I just lost my screen. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll do Sacred Flame. That works.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a dex save from that guy. What's your spell save DC?
15.
Cool. 3 is not higher than 15. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Okay. Okay, hold on. My computer's being so weird. Okay, there we go.
7 damage. Nice.
Yeah. Woo.
Okay. So you launch your Sacred Flame, and this holy radiant energy of Tathan the Sunbringer erupts on this guy, just bursting in bright radiance over top of him, and he screams out in pain, clearly having a bad time. And that is your turn. That brings us to this guard hiding in the bathroom. He ain't going to do anything. That brings us to this guy, who is going to step up onto the counter behind his friend, pull out
Hiding in
his
the
heavy
bathroom.
crossbow, and shoot. Actually, was there some deal with this guy? He wasn't like afraid or anything. I think I don't even know why he was in that corner. I probably should have watched the whole episode. Probably a continuity error right here. Anyway, whatever. He's going to shoot his crossbow at Roz. It's a 9
Clearly,
to hit.
He knows that Roz is the biggest threat.
Yeah,
But
it's,
no, a 9
Oh,
does not
it was
hit.
sorry. It was going to actually be towards Perdita, but 9 doesn't hit either one of you. So that's not going to do it. Dimple is going to continue to cower in fear. I think maybe he's going to crawl up to the door, and Shanty, you see him peek out. It's like this little halfling, very pale and weaselly looking, sort of pokes his head around and looks around, clearly waiting for a good moment to run away. We have two sleeping. We have a sleeping guard. We have a dead guard. Silas, you're up. You have. I think you have
Silas
haste
is-
on, right?
Oh yeah. Silas is going to peek out the door, and he's going to yell at both of his kitten friends and just scream, "Hey, duck!" And as a
Where?
a whip runs past Roz's head, his wand will shoot a bead of red energy. Can I get that fireball template?
Sure.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Why did
It's
I bother
coming.
putting those guards to sleep if we're just going to cook them?
Coming. Oh, I'm not. Those guards, they'll be napping. These guys are going to be barbecue. Nice.
Go.
Yeah, and I'm putting it right in front of Perdita's face, but not
Okay.
hitting her. So you just see this
Yeah,
huge.
I think you're gonna have to, in order to have the line of sight on the center, because you have to be able to see this target
Yeah,
point.
yeah, that's fine.
I think you'll have to
Whatever
drop
works.
it down there, but that should work. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
So those are dex saves. What's your DC?
16.
16. Okay, so first guy is an 18. He saves. Second guy is a 9. He fails. Go ahead and roll that
Okay.
damage.
It's 8.
Oh, that's so funny.
6,
29.
31 actually.
31. Okay, so that is 15 for the first guy
hmm
and 30. Woof. Yeah, and the second guy actually you also see he's the one that stood up on the like front desk with his crossbow, also falls when like blown up on fire. He is going to fall off the desk and take 2 points of bludgeoning damage on top of that.
Hey, it adds up.
Okay, so that is your that is part of your movement and action. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, how are they looking?
Not good. I mean, they'll take. They're not like one hit away, but like they won't survive next round more than likely.
Okay, I am going to just charge through my buddies, and I can't get past him in any way, can
I? If you have your extra haste action, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to shove him with an attack roll.
I'm gonna hit him with my rapier.
Okay, that's
sure.
That's
probably gonna So that'll be my hasted action.
Okay.
Fuck it, 13. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay. Yeah. 13 does not hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. This one random commoner also sort of moves their way up a little bit. Shanty, you're up. You have control. Actually, I want to add a turn for Zombie Teresa. We're just going to have her go on your turn for life being easy and not having to think about it. So go ahead and let me know what you'd like to do.
Cool beans. So she's still currently prone right now, right?
I believe she hasn't taken a turn yet, so yes, she would be prone.
Okie dokie. Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and have her stand up.
Okay, so that is half her movement.
Yep. And then, let's see. I'd like to have her start shuffling towards our friendos here. And start doing some attacking.
Okay, yep, let her rip.
All right, sounds good. Let's see. So I guess just a regular old D20 for her?
Yes, you actually should have access to... I guess I should put her... That's weird. Hang on, stand by. Let me go find where I stuck
And those
her.
attacks should be with advantage because you're attacking sleeping opponents, right?
Where did I put this?
I guess so, yeah. Sorry, I'm just pulling up her stats.
Oh, there she is. Okay, Zombie Teresa. Yeah, so she's in there somewhere under, I think, Bedegar Prison Guards. And
okay, sweet. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. If you hit shift and double click on her thing, it'll pull up her.
Oh, actually, I just found her.
Okay.
Okay.
So she has like I think I gave her like mace attack, didn't I? Kind of. I did not. Okay, no, I need to edit
I didn't know.
Her. Okay.
I didn't know how you wanted me to go about.
Yeah, you're fine. I need to. What is? Let me. This is on me because I forgot to do this between sessions. Counterpoint is +9 to hit.
Just going to read out the 5e condition description for unconscious creatures.
Yep, very good.
An unconscious creature is incapacitated. It can't move or speak, and it is unaware of its surroundings. It falls prone. It drops what it's holding. It automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against it have advantage, and any attack that hits it is a critical hit if that attacker is within 5 feet.
Okay,
cool.
Okay, and Shanty has inspiration from Bonus Mom. Okay, yeah, so go ahead and roll. I've altered her mace stat block thing there to be accurate. I did lower her attack bonus because she's dead now. I give her a -2 to that attack. But
makes sense, makes sense.
They're unconscious and you have advantage, so let her rip.
Cool beans. And you said, because I'm just looking at her character sheet, you said I have control. Do I just?
You should, yeah. If you click mace, because it's a different block. You're right. It's a stat block. Yeah. If you just click where it says mace, it should roll that attack.
Ah, look at that.
That's a 25 to hit.
Dang. Okay.
And then if you in chat click where it says mace, it'll roll a regular attack. And I guess just click it twice for you click it and then roll an extra D6 for the critical.
Okay.
Or wait, are we doing the? Hang on, guys.
Sorry.
Are we doing? We're doing the max damage. Okay, so we'll just add 6 to whatever you roll. So 11 plus 6 is 17. Which one of these is Zombie Teresa executing?
I guess the one I put her standing on somebody.
Okay. All right. So
that friend, please.
All right, that is 1 dead guard.
Okay.
Not asleep anymore.
No, well, long sleep. Cool.
Okay.
All right. And I guess that is her. And then let's see. Trying to see like anyone else at this point.
Yeah, you'd have to move up around the corner in front of Enna, which I think you can do.
I think so.
These hallways are tough.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll go right up here with Enna.
I will just point out, I didn't design this map. This came in the book. I did not make these 5-foot hallways, but I also didn't want to remake the whole jail myself. So
it is a-okie dokie, friendo. And we're gonna be pals. We're just gonna chill there together.
You can't stand on Enna's square.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you will need to move over.
I'll stand on this corpse instead.
Yeah. The corpse you can stand on, Enna, does take up her own space.
Fair enough. That seems fair. Okay. Cool beans.
I don't mind sharing.
Okay. And you still
Just
have your
to be
action
buddies.
because I don't think you have to use your action to command the zombie, do you?
No, I don't.
So
Let's see. How's everyone feeling right now?
do you like the show?
100%.
I'm froggy.
Rocking and
Alright.
rolling.
I'm above half. I'm okay.
Is anyone like desperate?
Okay.
I think most of
Okay.
you guys haven't even taken damage, honestly. I think Perdita's the only one that's really been damaged at all.
It is because I am the bravest one.
Well, we can't have that, so I'll go ahead and give Perdita some
Woo!
healing. Let's see. Sorry. The baby is very upset and being very distracting.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Let's see.
Well, after this, you'll have a whole,
She's
10 minutes before it's your turn again. So
No, she's fine. I think she got it settled. I just normally know what I want to do before I do the thing. So I apologize.
Well, in terms of healing, you can healing word Perdita from there, and that's probably about all. Unless you have healing spirit or something.
Yeah, no, I was just sorry. I'm still just trying to figure out where all my stuff is. All right, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and cast healing word on Perdita.
Oh, thank you very much.
You are welcome, sweet friend. Sorry. Yeah, well, let me do the thing.
Uh-oh. It's all good. So, this
Okay,
guy's dead.
sorry.
No, you're fine. While you're figuring out, just go ahead and roll that, and whenever you got it,
Sweet.
jump in and tell us what Perdita gets. In the meantime, Solomon, the hallway is quite full in front of you. What would you like to do?
So, question: if I move up to where Silas is and I shove that guy, can I use my last 5 feet to move where he was if the shove is successful?
I don't think so. I don't think you can make an attack from Silas's square. You could
thought of that.
move up and move down into this room and open that door with your free object interaction. But unfortunately, you're just in such tight quarters and everyone's kind of rushed ahead of you that it does make it a little difficult.
I'll hold my action.
Okay. What are you holding and what's the trigger?
Uh,
Or do you just want to sit tight for this turn because there's not a lot you can get to?
yeah, it's just sit tight.
Okay. Okie dokie, Perdita, you're up.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have been trying to figure out what to do. When the fire thing goes, it goes, right? And
Yes,
there's
it is.
just not
Those people
anything.
are not I don't think they remain ignited. It's like an instant flash of heat and then it's gone.
All right. And the man that is on the other side of Silas, I think that is literally, he's all I've got. He's only 10 feet away.
Yes.
Can I do a 10 feet?
You got your short bow.
You can
For
shoot your short
10?
bow, yes.
All right, then I will whip out my short bow and I will say, duck back at you to Silas, and I will go off and get a 27 with
Okay.
my short bow.
That is your short sword, but the roll
Oh,
of 19
crud.
plus whatever
I
still
guess I
hits.
should've-
It's the same modifier.
Yeah, it's the same modifier. And I
I'm
think the
so
damage
sorry.
is the same too, so I guess it doesn't really
I
matter.
thought I would be able to work this the way I am between D20 and you all, and apparently I can't. I go back to the drawing board. Short sword damage.
Yeah, it
It's the
should be the same.
same?
So just roll it all, because I think it's still a D6 for a short bow. So
Okay, and I get
Okay.
sneak attack also.
you do get sneak attack because Silas is there. That's
Yeah.
what 29.
That is 29 points of damage.
He is.
Did I kill him too?
He was at. Okay. I think that's where he was. No, you did not. But he is looking extremely
Oh my
rough.
goodness.
It
And
is
then I
like
will
you hit him
say-
in the chest, and he is clearly on death's door.
You
What
may
is the
finish him
hold?
off, Monsieur le Comte. Or Roz, if you would like to take a
Um,
whack.
Okay, well, Tusik is gonna run up. The band is gonna run. All these people like ended up getting like the same initiative. Twilight, Zola.
I just want chat to imagine that half of us are in a hallway behind everyone else, trying to see what's going on. And there have been explosions. There has been magical mist. There has been a zombie eating one of their former subordinates. And it's all getting a little wacky in here.
And for like
And-
24 whole seconds, there was a bear and then not a bear.
Right. I also want to point out you say getting a little wacky, like it wasn't wacky before people
You know
started
what?
killing
There's
each
the
other.
turtles,
Arguably,
there's-
it was more wacky before people started killing each other.
Well, and where are the
Yummy,
turtles?
yummy.
Did the poor turtles get caught up in the fireball? Do we know that?
No,
No.
Yeah,
Fire-
can we have a turtle
check.
turtle
Turtle
check
check.
real quick?
At
Well,
one
Roz got
point-
like a nat 20 on that animal handling check somewhere along the way. So the turtles are stored very safely in,
They're
in
like-
Roz's
I
Roz
think,
is-
percentage.
personally, I think that I have a crown of turtles
I think they would fit
ooh.
on that hat, yeah.
who are all just sort of like straight chilling, locked hands. You know,
Are you wearing a sombrero? Like, how are they on the hat?
I mean, if you look at Roz's little hat, there's room on that hat.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a little comic.
Very flat on top.
There's a wrap around it,
Yeah.
around the
They're
armor
just like
part.
stuffed in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, speaking of Roz, you and the turtles are up. What do you got?
Oh well. First things first. I got to make a performance check to see the turtles are dancing. That's what I've decided.
Okay, and Bonus Mom gets 8 HP back.
Oh, thank you
Oh,
so
no,
very
gets
much.
12 HP back. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's even better.
Okay, and you're doing a performance check to do what about the turtles?
The turtles are gonna do a little dance on my hat. That's
Okay.
a 25.
Why do they have advantage?
Well, Roz is the one dancing, really.
But so why does Roz have advantage?
Because Roz has advantage on charisma performance checks
Okay.
for being
From
the voice of Red.
Okay, so yeah, with a 25, yes. I just wanted you to know, listen, hey guys, guess what? There's a lot of rules.
Oh,
and
God, are we back to that again?
We've added some more.
We never left.
We've actually added 2 whole extra books of rules to this game that we're trying to remember what all they do. Okay, so yes, the turtles are dancing to a little like dun 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 dun, and they're basically just like waving their little turtle feet in rhythm to a song that no one but them can hear. But Roz, in terms of getting out of this prison, what are you doing?
Roz is going to shout at Silas.
Count Blackhand, I have learned the secrets of your time manipulation. Watch as I become fast as lightning.
And Roz is going to cast slow ahead of Silas at the 2 remaining jailers.
Okay, so slow, you pick a certain number of creatures within of your choice, right? Yeah.
Yes,
within
up
40
to
foot
6
cube.
creatures.
Okay, so wisdom save.
And I'm Roz is also going to include the cook and Perdita in that as a necessary attempt to make it look like everyone else is moving slower than her.
Okay. Okay, so what's your spell save DC?
DC 15.
Okay. All right. And then where's this guy?
And as Roz dances, purring a strange little tune to herself, her claws bend the air around her, and you see little ripples of time as it descends upon those 4 individuals.
Okay, so here's what happens. You, the time ripples and bends on this individual. This one guy in the front, arrow to the chest, having been burned and slashed at.
No way.
Resist the spell. Nat 20 on that save. He just busts through with the power of I don't know, just desperation.
That guy loves his job more than I ever will.
Everyone else is slowed. So this dude who just like hacked his cleaver into the guy that Silas is now standing on, he starts getting back up really slowly, as does the other guy who's like trying to get up from being prone, having fallen off the desk. And funnily enough, that brings us to this veteran who's going to look at you, Silas, and say, fuck this, throw his sword down, disengage, and run.
Attack of opportunity.
Disengaged. He used his action to disengage.
I got you. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So he runs out the door and begins to run away as quickly as he can. Bringing us to Slim, who is now moving slowly, and he's like looking at his hands, and he's looking at all of you, terrified, and he now backs into the corner of the kitchen and is very defensively like brandishing his cleaver because you've cast an offensive spell at him. Anna, you are up.
Okay. So this guy, he's the guy that's been slowed. This one right here, he's a bad guy.
Yes, this guy is a bad guy.
This guy is a cook. He just works here.
Right. That guy is a cook. He doesn't like the cops. He hated working here. The adventure actually says he doesn't like working here. And he did kill the cop that Silas is currently standing on.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, he had a real quick turnaround.
I don't know. I guess we just book it now. We just get out of here. That one guy left.
I mean,
yeah, so there's one dude left.
Still,
but
okay. He didn't go far.
But yeah, so there's one dude left who fell down when he was hit with the fireball and then was hit with slow. And then this other guy kind of ran outside.
Okay.
With his movement, so.
Okay, I'm gonna attack this guy with my spiritual weapon.
Okay. Which guy?
The guy, this one.
Okay, gotcha. Hang on, let's.
Yeah.
Bloop. There we go. Okay, yeah. Let her rip. So that's your bonus action to move it over there and attack. 23 hits. Roll damage.
Ooh.
Okay. How do I do damage again? Do I just click
in chat where it says spiritual weapon? You just click that.
Tw-
12 points of damage.
12? Wow.
Okay, he is looking extremely rough, but not dead yet.
He's not dead yet?
Not dead yet.
But I can do another spell, right?
Yes,
Or
that
I
was your
can do
bonus
another-
action. That was your bonus action
Yes.
to use the spiritual weapon, which you had previously already cast. So you do still have an action to do something else.
You can Sacred
Okay.
Flame.
Yeah, I'm going to do Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Try
I
to
believe
kill
he
this
has
guy.
disadvantage or -2. He has something on dex saves from slow.
He has
Roger.
-2, yeah.
Okay. And
Which
your
should
DC
be
is
fair.
Oh, my bad.
15. Okay. Oh man, he rolled 17 -2 is 15. He does actually make the save
No!
somehow. So your
Damn.
and I don't remember. I think so your spiritual sword, this flaming holy sword,
Mhm.
slams down into him and then attempts to like pump further holy energy into him through the spiritual weapon, and he just like rolls out of the way, but it's like in slow motion. But because he's kind of like behind the desk, you can't really see, and so you assume he's gonna roll, and you kind of try to go one way, but he goes the other way and barely makes it out.
Okay.
We got one guard left. I don't even know. Oh yeah, the guy is hiding in the toilet. All right, it brings us to that very guy. He doesn't make saves at the end of his turn. He's just stuck slow now until you lose concentration, right?
That's correct. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. I think he is going to also throw down his weapon and try to run, but he can only go.
His movement is halved, so
Halved.
half of his halved movement to get up plus whatever remains.
Okay. Yeah, so he can go like 10 feet. And then he can take an action or a bonus action, but not both, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And
so
he can
he's-
only make one weapon attack each round.
Okay, yeah. So he also starts trying to run, except he's running in like slow motion. He takes a dash, just fully spending everything on movement. They have tried to run away. That brings us to Dimple, who sort of peeks his head out, sees the coast is clear, and just ducks in behind Zola. This guard can't do anything. Silas, you are up.
I'm going to turn to Roz and Perdita and just say, are we leaving witnesses?
Never.
Out the door.
Okay.
I'm going to run. I can make it all the way.
So this counts as getting over the desk counts as difficult terrain unless you go around.
I'm going around. I
mean, you have a
movement
crazy
from
amount of.
the-
I assume you can
yeah.
get wherever you're going. I just
I can move like 80 feet.
yeah.
Something stupid. And I'm going to actually look both ways. Silas will flip his wand and cast magic missile at 3rd level.
Okay.
That's 5 darts.
Okay. How many darts in which directions?
I'm going to send one. I don't know how low he is.
This guy's not prone anymore.
Let's see. 3rd level, I get how many? 5?
darts. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sending 3 north and 2 south.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll. Do me the 3 north first, and then the 2 south.
Okay. So 1, 5, 13. I'm sorry, 8, 12.
Okay.
And then south 4, 7.
Okay. So south, this guy, Silas. What? So how does magic missile kill this man?
Yeah.
Walk me
So
through
you
it.
just see these kind of blue streams kind of pop above his head, and Silas is like, "What's the line from Dirty Harry?"
Make my day.
Yeah, make my day, punk. Yeah, and sends 2 of them down and 3 of them north.
Okay. And the guy to the north. Oh, he is still. Hang on, I did this wrong. He is still slow.
I know what you're thinking. Did I cast magic missile at 2nd or 3rd level?
That's what it is.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, punk.
The guy to
Make
the
my
north.
day.
The guy to the north has 1 hit point left. And
Are
he's
you
slow motion
fucking kidding me?
running.
Well, you know what? Hey, you know what? I might have some movement left. Hold on. So let me just see here, because I can move like a crazy amount. I do. I have like 30 feet left.
Okay.
I'm just chasing him down.
Okay.
He's slowed, right?
is
Which
slowed,
affects
yeah.
his AC.
Yep.
Okay.
He's minus 2 to AC.
22 to
Imagine
hit.
being him
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
watching Silas come after you.
Yeah. He's in slow motion. Silas isn't fast. Okay, so that's 8.
16 points.
All right. So, congratulations. You've solved my kill all the cops puzzle.
There you go.
That's
Can I
funny.
get
All we
this?
had to do was kill
Hey, Cal.
all of the cops.
Okay, hang on, friends.
And it looks weird as shit too, because you're just seeing like this guy, and then like almost like crane dive with the rapier like at this man.
How is
Okay.
he still faster than me?
All
I
right.
don't understand.
Where's my...
Casting slow on Silas would have been funny because it would have canceled out, right?
I thought about it, but I didn't want to do that to you.
It would have been funny.
It would have been hilarious, but you know what? There's a point where the bit is a little too. There's too many negative consequences for playing out the bit.
I got you.
I got to know when
Okay.
to stop.
All right, so that takes us out of initiative. Friends, you have a clear way. Just quick question. This is purely narrative because there's no way he can stop this. Do you kill the last remaining guard who's asleep, or do you just leave him lying there?
Well, Zombie Teresa's already there, so I was just going to tell her to go ahead and do the thing. But
yeah,
if
so-
we want to leave someone alive, I don't know how we all feel about it.
No.
That's
just a point of
Feed
order
your
on that.
zombies.
Blood.
Feed
Point
your
of order on
zombie.
that. Are we taking her?
I was going to put my holy robe on her and kind of shuffle her out with us.
Okay.
So we can have a pet zombie for a little bit.
That'll
Just
work.
in case.
She does have a 20-foot movement, so she is slower than everyone else. So it depends on your strategy. If your strategy is to just run through the street screaming, then she's actually a pretty big detriment to that because she's slower than everyone else. But if you're going to
Totally
try
fair.
and stealth it out of the city, none of the witnesses have escaped the jail, although you imagine it won't be long before people realize you've cut someone down in the street. So
Is there any paper in this place?
Is there any? Do you want to stop and look?
Well, actually, you know what? I have a not diplomat's pack. Is that what? I think can Roz very hastily make a note, basically like a post that she can slap on the front of the jail that basically says like jail's closed today.
Sure.
Dope.
Jail's closed today
Jail's
due to
closed.
turtle infestation.
Are you?
Turtle.
So here's but I just really want quickly. Here's the question I would like to ask.
Yes.
So yes, it takes very little time to scribble that note down. You did murder 2 men in the street, and their dark red blood has spilled out all over the cobblestones of the obvious public street.
Right.
So I just kind of want to know, how effective are we thinking this is going to be?
Teacher, I am still hasted for a minute.
Okay.
Is it a minute? It's a long time, right?
Yeah, it's a
I
minute.
think it's 1 minute.
It's a
yeah.
minute, and
Okay.
you've casted it. It's been about 2 rounds since you cast it, I think. So,
Yeah, so 12 seconds. So I got
you've-
48
you've
left.
got 48 seconds left.
In 48 seconds, do you think Silas would be able to run up to the bodies, drag them back into the jail, run back out, prestidigitate all the blood away?
In
What
48
do you think?
seconds, I don't think you can do all of that.
Maybe have help.
But
Can anyone else
has
clean the blood?
prestidigitation.
I would be happy for help. If anybody can prestidigitate or just
Okay.
has like a water spell.
so here's what I would like to
water spell.
ask. I'm going
Sorry.
to give you guys a choice here, right? We're going to take a 50-50 shot that if you stop and take time to try to clean up the scene, there's a shot that more guards just happen upon you patrolling the city. Or you can just bail and they might be chasing you and you might have to run from them. So your chances are to have to maybe just fight more of them if they show up while you're cleaning, and then still have to run, right? Or just run, because it's like, you sort of get where I'm coming at, right? Because you're in the public street, people probably saw these guards get killed. There's a small amount of time before shit pops off again, so I'll give you the option. You might get lucky, and you might be able to stealth it out of here, depending on how the rolls go. But
I'll leave it up to group vote.
So
Roz is going to cast hallucinatory terrain, burning her only 4th level spell slot on the alleyway to make it appear to literally anyone who is approaching with a 150-foot cube that there is nothing amiss, and that lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay. They do have chances to
Nice.
see through it if they beat your spell save DC. And
They
as
do.
I've said, okay, so here's what we'll roll. Because I gotta be honest, I can't just give you,
Roz
hey,
wants
you
to
murdered
stay
too many
clean
people
up.
in the street, right?
So that's my vote.
I guess.
Yeah, so is the strat to the hallucinatory terrain probably makes it a little easier, but is the plan to try to clean up or to just leave?
I vote clean up.
I vote clean up as fast as possible.
Clean up.
Agreed.
That's 3, 4. Okay.
All right. Well, I
That's fine.
want to vote clean up, but I have a question because we
Okay.
now have the cook fellow, and we have Dimple, and we have the zombie. Are they all going with us?
Everybody's coming.
Is the group comfortable with a pet zombie? Otherwise,
Well,
we
how
could
long
just
will it remain
kill it with
as-
fire.
We kind of already have a pet
24
abomination
hours.
chest thing.
I mean, a pet mimic is kind of exotic.
Worst comes to
So-
worst, she's mimic food.
I don't
All
see
right.
how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Pretty
right.
fresh too.
Well, this is what Perdita wants to do to go along with what you are doing. Perdita wants to grab a hold of the original person that we were planning to let free and the other fellow that Perdita knew. And she wanted to say, you need to get us out of town and you need to help us deal with these people. Can you get us to safety? And we need to do that as soon as possible. And so while you all are cleaning, I am hoping that the people we have broken out of jail will help us get to safety. And the other people that were in jail, Perdita would say to them, quickly, you must run and you must go very far or they will find you. And hopefully send them scattering, to get them out of our hair. The other people we let out of the cells. Or at least give them the opportunity to join us or run in this amount of time.
Okay. So it took you almost a minute to explain that to me.
Yes.
And so in the time sense here, like this all stuff has to happen very quickly. So here's what we're going to do. I would like Roz, roll me a D100.
Hey, I mean, I have good luck with those.
Yeah,
Usually,
you smashed a
I wish you had
100
not
last
said
time.
that.
43.
43. Okay. So here's the thing. You guys yeah, okay. So you guys are cleaning up. Perdita, roll me a D100.
Well, all right. I rolled a 78.
78. Okay. So I think that Dimple and the bandit and the random commoner lady scatter into the city. I think Twilight asks you where she can find you or where she can send because she's promised you information, but now it's like you're sending her off somewhere. So she asks like, where do you want me to send that for you?
I think Taylor should flirt with her and
Oh my god.
So, I
Don't
mean, this
play
stuff
with
has
my
to happen
heart like
really
that.
quickly. So, I guess that's the question. Are you taking Twilight with you to get that information from her, or are you just going to trust that she will forward it to you in the proper location?
I think we try to convince her
No,
to come.
let's have her come with us.
Okay, that's fine. So, Tusik, Twilight, and Zola come with you. Okay, so, and that's the set. That's the role for Perdita is getting the people to do basically what you guys want them to do. I think this guy's going to scatter. Hopefully this slow doesn't last on him, otherwise he'll get caught. So with the 43 though, there is a chance that as you guys are, so people are going to come while you're cleaning up, but there's a chance that the illusory terrain does the trick. So, Roz, what is your spell save DC?
DC 15.
Because I believe hallucinatory terrain states that they make a check to see if they perceive the reality, doesn't it?
Yes. So, I make natural terrain in a 150-foot cube. Look, sound, and smell like another sort of natural terrain. In this case, it's just a street. Okay, a lot of information about what kinds of things you can make it look like. The tactile characteristics are the same. Yes. A creature carefully examining the illusion can attempt an investigation.
So here's what your role was for, was the fact that people saw Silas kill those guards and went and told some guards. So now the guards are going to carefully examine because they are, and they're going to come at the edges of it first. So you may still have some time, or they may be like, oh,
150 feet. That's a good.
So that's kind of where we're at. There we go. These are the ones I want. I need... nope, I don't need that. I need this. we are just going to have... And it's perception checks?
Investigation.
Investigation intelligence. Okay.
I'm hoping, I'm betting that the town guards
Yeah.
do not have bonuses to their intelligence.
So one of them did get a nat 20. So,
Come on.
unfortunately, it's even on a perception. They don't get
Right.
bonuses to intelligence, but 20 does beat a 15. So, as you all are cleaning up, you hear coming from up the way. Actually, I guess here's the other thing I'll allow you to do is to make a perception check to see, because they're like 150 feet away when they notice what's going on and they start charging towards you. So, whoever's outside cleaning up, make a perception check for me.
That would be definitely me. Is it everybody making this check, or
Well,
Whoever
I'm
thinks their
inside.
character is outside cleaning up.
Yeah, also Roz.
And I assume
so-
that in a minute, the rest of these people are like in
oh
the
my
front here.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Don't you have inspiration, Sugar Dumpling?
Oh my god. Yeah, you know what? I'm burning chat inspiration.
Good call.
Perception. 19.
19.
Hey.
there
Okay.
you go.
Oh, thank you, chat.
So I'm going to ask you to roll a D3.
Wow.
So it's just /R 1D3. There's not a button for it. You'll just have to type it in.
You know what? A 2.
A 2. Okay. So your cat ears perk up and you hear the jangle of chainmail jogging down the street when these folks are about 100 feet away from you guys. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh
Yikes.
shit!
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Fight the town. Fight the town. That's a 20 for Roz.
Okay.
I thought I hit.
And then you guys would have had time to move your characters in the building.
There we go.
Wherever you think your characters would have moved, you had plenty of time to get there. So place yourselves in and around the building in the opening wherever you think it's reasonable your characters would have
Are we
gone.
hearing them from the north or the south?
South.
Okay. I'll still probably be like right there.
Silas, I hear something approaching.
And you might have time to fully get away if you all can just bail. They're about 100, feet away from you. And I don't know that I have this. Let's see. How far is this? Okay. So the edge of this map is about 70 feet. So it's going to be one round before they reach the edge of this map. So that's kind of where we're at. Is everybody?
I don't know. I think we book it. We tried.
Well, I think that is what Perdita was trying to do. She was trying to get all of the criminals to get us to a safe place. She wouldn't even have been aware of the things on the street. So she was moving to the front of the building and ushering everyone else out the way and trying to get away.
Okay. So we have one round of combat here. Before
what
they
did
even
Dimple want? Did he promise us something?
he did, but he also just disappeared and didn't give you anything. So
Cool.
What a
you told him
jerk.
to scatter, he scattered, baby.
Hey, how am I doing on haste, by the way?
Oh, haste's for sure gone, I think, at this
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
Bird.
Okay, so so there you guys are. Roz, you hear them. They're about 100 feet away, so it's gonna take them like a little bit to get to you, and you might. So what do you do?
It is time to flee. Quickly, this way.
And Roz points up to the north.
Okay.
And you said they're 100 feet away. Can Roz see them?
Yeah, I think it's a straight shot, 100 feet, probably in that direction.
Okay, so Roz is going to drop silence in the alleyway
Okay.
ahead to create a sound barrier. That way, buying us just maybe a little bit more time.
Okay.
I do not wish to be perceived.
Roz is gonna drop the silence and then feline agility, book it through the alley.
Okay.
That's it.
So is this an alley or an active street?
So this thing you guys are on is like a street in front of a jail. Like imagine like the county jail, right? In the middle of the city. It's a street in front of that. So it's definitely just a public street. There are alleys all over the place. Like you can dip around corners and this is a pretty tight city, right? So there definitely are places to try to hide and get away. But you gotta book it. So okay, so Roz is running. This guy on the first turn, one veteran shows up at the bottom of this map. Just gonna like get these guys out here. We'll put him here. Anna. So actually, before I do all this combat shit, is everyone just running now?
Perdita is running, but
like
I'm
100%,
hoping to follow the woman that we broke out of jail, and she will take me to a safe place.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. We're all running.
Okay.
I'm running. I think Zombie Teresa I'm going to leave behind as a distraction to try to be a block for the guards.
Like maybe the zombie is the one who killed them all.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wants more snacks.
Oh.
So maybe we should be shouting zombie attack while we run, huh?
Magic zombie attack.
Okay.
Anna doesn't like the zombie anyway, so she's gonna look at the zombie and just like run.
Fair enough.
All right, so you guys are running, and you're dipping and ducking into alleyways. You're hoping that Zola Honeycutt can help lead you, and I think she sort of can. She has like a direction in mind of where she would like to try to go, but I think she sort of tells you as you're like running, because I think you maybe get away from these guys for the moment, but like they're hot on your heels. So like you duck around a corner and hide for just a second, and she explains that
I will say this: if it comes to Silas's turn before we're getting to this alleyway, if they're getting like close to like this corner here, I am going to actually circle them with my last 4th level spell in a wall of fire. Put a circle around them, with it facing in. They can't see through it to us, and we just go.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's great. I think go ahead and mark that spell slot, and I think that's what allows you to get some breathing room to like figure out what the next plan is. I think Zola basically tells you that there's not really any place in the city that they can hide this many people and be safe. She can try, but you guys might need to like get out of Dodge. But she can lead you like safer ways to get to the walls or to get to the gates or whatever. Once you're out of direct sight of the guards, you can start like stealthing it and stuff like that. So I think you begin making your way, and you are following Zola, who, despite being like, having the manacle bruises and the black eye and being dressed in just like extremely ratty clothes from being in prison, she leads you through to this sort of like crowded outdoor clothing market, just this kind of like, flea marketplace. And she like very quickly like snags an old tattered cloak off of a peg when the shop owner isn't looking, and sort of like begins to help you guys sort of like cobble together disguises quickly. I would like everyone to make a stealth check as you try to remain Jesus Christ as you try to remain unseen.
Beautiful.
That's a nat 30.
Holy crap. You know what's funnier is that Perdita also got a 30 and didn't have to roll a nat 20 to do it. Jeez.
30.
Level 7, guys. Holy cow.
Jeez.
Okay.
2 cats turn into dogs. Like, that's how good they are.
Lord. I guess I need to roll for...
I actually know. I know who I want Roz to be. I want her to be the turtle lady.
Okay.
Turtle
and
lady.
Chisek.
Turtle lady, turtle lady.
If you don't know, then you got to watch last episode.
Okay. You guys with those 30s, I think the stealth of the extra good ones kind of make up for the bad.
Thank you.
Not like
Yeah,
that. Like
I gotta, again, with a 30 check is like legendary. Like people will tell stories and sing songs of this day, basically, right? And so some of you are like struggling, but I think it's a situation where like the people that are so like Roz and Perdita, the cats are so used to moving and like predator behavior and stuff like that they like make little distractions and like knock stuff off of tables to like get people's attention to look the wrong way or whatever when they see one of you guys about to fuck up.
Roz and Perdita ended up in this Curse of Strahd campaign.
Oh man, you phased over there. Well, good luck stopping Fantasy Mark Zuckerberg and whoever else I decide to throw at you.
Well, and Monsieur le DM, there was a purpose to breaking this woman out of prison, right?
Yes.
And it was to get her cooperation.
Yes, so it was to reforge your alliance with the clock. Basically, they'll give you a unit if she doesn't get killed by being executed by Saxton, right? Like she's the guild master, and if they execute the guild master, the guild basically falls and they don't have a unit to send you. But if she's alive and able to do operations, then they can send you the unit. So that was basically the purpose of.
All right, so I
breaking
want
her
you
out of
to
jail.
purpose that. I want you all to just imagine as we are running and diving, and Perdita is getting in between and helping and facilitating. But every time she goes past Our Lady that we have rescued, Miss Honeycutt or whatever her name is, that in Thieves' Cant, all right? Perdita is explaining that we will need her help and that we will count on a unit of her folks and that Tubuckle will be our contact person and, and anything we would need to facilitate that, but it'll all happen in Thieves' Cant as we are dodging and running in little brief moments. Would that be acceptable, Monsieur le DM?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, so I think she leads you through town and leads you to the gate. And we are going to kind of move back. I don't really have a town map for this place, but I'm just going to put us back on like the barony map for now.
Could we also pixel the moment, as we are running through, and a little child, a little orphan child, with his even little sister is standing, and they go, "Oh, turtle! I've always wanted a turtle." And Roz stops, takes off her hat, and allows them to pick a turtle for a pet. And then the other little children run up, and briefly Roz is hanging out turtles, and each one as they go.
Wait, so
I'm
we
gonna
don't have any
say-
turtles anymore?
Yeah, I'm going to say no. I'm not going to let you decide to give away everyone else's turtles. If everyone wants to give away their turtles, they're welcome to do that. But I don't think Bonus Mom gets to unilaterally decide to donate the party's turtles to orphans.
But wasn't it a charming little picture?
It would be a charming little
It
picture, but
was.
I do want my players to have the agency
Quickly
to
and in a
dispense
panic,
with their own
Silas is
turtles.
like, quickly and in a panic, Silas is like, his name is Shelly. He likes cabbage and not lettuce. You have to feed him 3 to 4 times a day, and don't let him shit in your hat. Let's go.
Silas, which is funny because Silas has not even had Shelly for a single day. So you don't know how many times he eats.
That's right. He's just guessing.
Okay. So
well, Bonus
hang on.
Mom gave hers to Roz to give away.
Roz is
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You're not getting
so-
nippy. Not today. Nope.
So yeah, so you guys are led through the city and you make it to the gates of the city. And you have, at this point, you've kind of escaped the guards who sort of knew where you were. And you approach and you can see that they have heightened the guard presence at the gate. On your way in, there was only one guard that you had to kind of sneak through. You now see that there are 3 guards, and they are kind of checking everyone a little more closely. There are these 3 knights by the gate. And Zola sort of looks around and says, okay, right, well, we're probably going to need a plan to get past them. Open to suggestions?
How many are there?
There are 3 knights at the gate.
How high is the wall?
Probably 20 to 30 feet tall. Big, like imagine big fantasy castle. Bigger than your walls for sure. Over Castle Ren. So however, let me say this. However high you think Castle Ren's walls are, double it.
Perhaps a distraction.
Let's see.
I can make one of us invisible, send them through, and cause a distraction on the other side, but you'd be by yourself. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Solomon, do me a favor, make a... This is going to be odd. But
Okay.
Make a perception check with your strength score. So if you're proficient in perception, you can add proficiency, but make a strength check. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, 10. Yeah, with a 10, so you look at these walls, they are very tall. But you get the feeling that you could actually, like, a person could climb over them. It would require a DC, I'll just tell you, mechanically would require a DC 15 athletics check from anyone trying to climb the wall. So it's a pretty tough check. And would require a DC 15 or so stealth check to avoid being seen. And you get a sense if either of those things failed, you would have to fight the knights. But so I may have given you the impression, and I'm trying to rectify that it's impossible to climb. It's not. It's just tough.
What if you had a climbing speed?
If you have a climbing speed, I don't think you have to make the athletics check. You still have to make the stealth check.
What if you were made invisible?
That gives you advantage on the stealth check, but you still have to make the athletics check.
Perdita, perhaps we could make a bit of a commotion outside of the gate, drawing the attention away from the inside, so that those leaving perhaps had a brief window with which to escape the city.
So, all right, are we going to get into a fight?
If we can help it. No, but if they want to fight us, all the better.
Well, I mean, for our little distraction, what did you have in mind, Roz? Do you want us to have a fight? Well, forgive me for saying it, all right? A cat fight.
Yes. Well, it would be an appropriate distraction.
Well, if you throw one of those... Well, no, you can't throw it at me. Or could you throw one of those bottles of cat piss bar so that it would not affect us, but we could act as though it did and it would make us mad? Or do you have some that you could just, like, toss around so we stink real bad?
Well, I do not bathe normally. Do I smell now?
Well, you may to other people, but with me being a tabaxi myself, I don't notice so much. Well, we better do it if we're going to do it. Let's go have a knockdown drag out. Have you seen my tail?
Yes, I am interested to see how you manipulate your form.
Well,
show me,
let me
Perdita.
show you. So first, you race out, and then I will follow you. I know. I will say, "Give it back," and then we will have a big fight.
Roz turns to the rest of the group.
What say you? A little distraction, and then perhaps you can make your moves.
I might have a backup if it doesn't go well. I might be able to convince at least one of them to leave us alone.
Well, are we going to have this fight inside the wall or outside of it?
I feel like Perdita and Roz should stealth climb out. It seems like they're both going to have pretty good odds. And then when we're outside the wall, we can draw the guards out. And so they're going to be looking out of the city and not into the city where you guys are, so that you can slip back out of the city. That's my general sense of
I think it's a pretty good plan.
Try.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm down. That can help if things get squirrely.
Perdita, let us show them.
By being a squirrel.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
So let's do it. If anyone wants to, if things go haywire, please save us.
Okay. So,
I got you.
yeah. So, sorry, I was doing something else on the side, but you guys kind of deliberated that. So, what exactly is the plan here?
So I think Roz and Perdita are going to tabaxi climb up the walls and over and out of the city.
Okay.
They're going to stealth over the walls, and then they are going to create a commotion by spitting insults and hissing and slap fighting each other. There might be some piss involved. In an attempt to draw the guards' attention to outside of the city, so that everyone who's inside can slip out of the city gate without the attention of.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, are either of you so you guys are just making the stealth check to try to get past without being seen? Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Okay. And then everyone else is going to try to stealth past while they're distracted.
We're not going to try to climb the walls right there. We're going to sneak away just a little bit.
Right.
Try to find
that's
the right
fine.
place.
But I mean, but you're going to still have to make a stealth check to get through the walls. That's just kind of the general vibe. Okay. So let's go ahead and make that stealth check.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pre-burn my DM's inspiration.
Okay.
Well, I'm just going to do a regular stealth check.
Jeez.
And I got
Okay, 24,
29.
Okay.
24 for Roz, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you guys make it over the wall, no problem. With your climbing speed, that's super easy for you. So and your plan is then to go over to the outside of the wall and fake this cat fight. I'm going to allow you to make either a deception or a performance check, whichever you prefer. Both of you go ahead and make the check. And we'll see
Performance.
what happens.
That's a 29.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 15.
Okay.
I will burn my chat inspiration to give myself one more chance.
And Roz is going.
Wait. I will use a luck point to do that.
Okay.
Roz is going to dip a couple of claws into one of her piss jars and just dab a little eau de toilette on herself.
Okay.
All right. And I got a 16.
Okay. So with those two rolls, the average of that is a 22. I had set in my head a DC of 25 for getting all three of them to move. So what ends up happening is that as you guys sort of engaged in this fight, you're doing this cat fight, two of them go over to investigate what you guys are doing and kind of try to break that up, leaving one remaining at the gate. That is going to lower the DC for anyone trying to just sneak through the gate.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's going to lower it by 4 points. So you got to make DC 11 stealth checks to get past the guy at the gate.
So left over is me, and Shanty, and Anna.
Yes. And I think also Zola is going to try to leave with you guys. But
Okay.
I think Two Sick Funny Fingers is going to stay in town and kind of be her contact person. She basically explains that it's a little too hot for her to stay in town at the moment, so she's going to leave. But that's going to facilitate her actually doing the whole, helping you guys thing. So
Is our leftover knight looking at his friends, or is he looking at us?
I mean, they left. He probably is looking more at them, but that's why it's kind of like a DC 11 instead of a DC 15, right? Yeah. So
I would turn to the other group and say, look at Shanty and Anna and say, I think I can get both of you out without being seen. Solomon and I might be left over. It's going to burn the last of my shit, but Shanty, if you could be either a bird or a squirrel, I think you'd have a good chance of hopping over, and I can make you invisible for a little bit and just squeeze you through. But Solomon and I have to cook up something else. Do you think that works? Okay. I have one last trick that I can try on this one guy.
If you want, but do you want a distraction, maybe, so we can all try to slip past?
I mean, the cats are the distraction right now. So this guy is like, he's going to stay where he is, right? They've told him, okay, sweet. Hey, there's something going on over there. We're going to go deal with that. You stay here. So like, it almost, fair enough. There's almost no distraction big enough outside of starting to kill people in the street that would get that guy to leave. You know what I mean? Because otherwise he's left this post unattended. There's disobeying orders, it'd probably be his ass, right? So
I'd almost prefer trying to get you two out to them in case they need help.
Perfect. Okay. Sounds great.
Okay.
Well then, yeah, absolutely. So Shanty, is there somewhere where I can just kind of like duck away so that I can...
Yeah, because you guys are like, if you imagine like there's the city gate and there's various little like alleyways and shops and stuff and people milling about. At this point, the guards that were chasing you have lost you, and you're and like you can there's heightened guard presence. If you get hit by a patrol, right, you would get caught. But at the moment you're just kind of like hiding in plain sight a little bit, and you can find a place to duck in and do whatever.
Perfect. All right. So I'll go ahead then and dip away, and then I'll go ahead and turn into little Robin, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. So you can very easily fly over to the cats.
Perfect.
What else?
Okay. I'm going to burn my 3rd level slot to cast invisibility on Enna. So Enna, you are now invisible.
And as you do that, Twilight, who was also with you guys, and needs to get out of here, says, that's a neat trick. And she sort of like, she does this like weird little, like she crosses her arms and like points, and I'm going to say Shanty and Enna make what would this be? Make like a nature or religion or arcana check. Well, interesting. She like points in a specific direction for a second, and these like motes of kind of silvery light coalesce around her, and then she also turns invisible.
Ooh.
I wish you'd told me that earlier. Okay, so
I mean, she can only do it on herself. So.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha.
She has the blessing of the Moonweaver and can only do that shit on herself. So.
Understood. And you have advantage for the time being on stealth checks.
Sweet.
However, if you're wearing heavy armor, that comes to a straight roll, I believe.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
So
if you have, I think you have Unchained now. So yeah.
So do your thing.
Okay, so Twilight got a 24, so she sneaks out quite handily.
Nice.
21.
Yes, that is a 21 because you
21.
don't have the disadvantage. There you go.
Needed that.
That actually is a nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Let's go.
All right. Great. Okay, so we now have Shanty, Roz, Perdita, and Enna outside the gates. Enna's invisible for now. As soon as she gets to a point where I think she could like not be noticed just appearing, I'll drop it.
Okay.
Is that cool? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then Solomon, you ready, buddy? Because if this fucks up, it might be a fight.
Well, I could probably try to choke him out at the gate.
That, I like it. Love it, actually. However, I think let's try one thing first and then, choke City.
All right.
Okay. All right. I'm going to use my last 3rd level slot. And I'm going to walk. I'm going to try to get to a position where the guard's not looking at me.
Okay.
About 30 feet away.
Okay.
And I'm going to whisper into my, almost like a Bob Barker microphone. I'm going to whisper into my wand and point it at the guard and say, I lost a coin in a well about halfway back through the city. I'd really love if you could go find that for me. In fact, I suggest it, and I cast suggestion.
Excellent. Okay. That is a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, DC 16.
16. All right. Here we go. Oh, that's double 20s. It's not nat 20s, but damn.
Damn.
Okay, so let's look at suggestion.
Yeah,
I guess you suggest a course of activity to magically that can hear and understand you. Yeah. So, damn. I think we were so close, friends. Those were good plans. I hate to do it, but I think we are gonna have to go.
Best laid plans. Still gotta answer.
Hold on.
That's not where I want this.
Hold on. Solomon may have something up his sleeve.
Okay.
So,
well, you're gonna have to do it quick. So, what do you got?
Solomon points at the guard, and this may be bad, but Solomon points at the guard to get his attention, and he's going to cast command.
Okay.
And the command is going to be sleep.
Okay. Yeah, so put the command info in chat for me, if you don't mind. Duration is 1 round. So basically, if he fails that save, he's gonna get you're gonna get 1 round of bonus, of like free time here. So I guess hang on, this is uploading a thing, so it's gonna be just a second.
It's a DC 15.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
It's either sleep, it's either I command him to sleep.
And that's a wisdom save again?
Yes.
Okay, what's
DC
your DC?
15.
15.
Yeah.
That will save, however. Okay, so that gives you 1 round before he wakes up, basically.
Book it or choke him. What are we doing?
Book it.
Book it. We're gone.
Book it. All right, so here's what I would like. So he's asleep for 6 seconds. You guys are going to run out of the gate. I would just like everybody in the party to make me athletics checks to try to get away from these for these knights as you begin to just bolt out the other side of the city.
Since us Tabaxi have our feline agility, does that do anything to help?
I think on this one we're just gonna flat roll it.
Yikes. 10 for Roz.
We did get a nat 20 from Solomon.
Okay, this is
and heavy armor to boot.
And heavy armor to boot.
Like Solomon's high stepping out of here, like just.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm burning a luck point, folks.
Okay.
Gotta get rid of that now.
That was a nat 1. Brutal.
I have a +8 for athletics, and I rolled a 9. Oh my god! And I did
again. Holy!
Can I use my last?
Chance,
I mean, is there a limit on how many luck points I can use?
No.
I don't think there is a limit on how many luck points you can.
Okay, I'm using my last one. I'm using my last luck point to roll, and I have a +8 on athletics, people. All right.
Okay, that's a 17. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add these numbers up. I've got a 15, a 27, a 14, a 10, an 11, a 17. And I guess I also have to roll for Zola and Twilight. Okay, strong
20,
showing
there's a
from
20.
Zola. Not so good.
Jesus.
Okay, and then how many people is that? There's 6 of you and 2 of them, so that's 8, right?
Yep.
Okay, that is a 14. I'm going to make an athletics check for the knights. God, they rolled another 20. Not Nat. I know you tried it, guys, but it just seems like the dice want you to fight them. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Tell the dice I hate them.
Yeah, the dice are cruel today. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Oh, that's the map page. I don't need to put you guys on the map page. We are just going to kind of like dump everybody in here. You guys, let's see. I think Roz and Perdita are probably further away, right? Because you were already on the other side of the wall when everything popped off. Enna and Shanty are probably in the middle. Solomon and Silas are probably in the back. I think that Twilight is up where Enna is. Hang on. Twilight is up where Enna is. And I think Zola is back where you guys are. Okay. So,
Okay, I'm not seeing any of that. I'm looking at the Bedegar.
Yeah, you're. Thank you. I did not move you. There we go.
Yikes.
There we go. Okay, and then I have. What did I?
so close.
Huh? Hang on, stand by.
So this is outside the walls?
Yes.
All right.
Very weird. Those guys are. Okay, yeah, so there's 3 of these guys. So there were 2 of them who were closer to Perdita. And there, and you guys kind of brushed past. So I think maybe you and Perdita, like, you guys were kind of over here by this stall fighting. And then this last guy, like, shouts. Okay, cool. So everybody go ahead and roll that initiative for me. I do hate to do it to you. I really do, but...
Where are little tokens? Am I
they're
not seeing them?
down here.
You got to go down, yeah.
Oh.
Does it, like, pull you guys?
Okay,
when I do
gotcha.
that?
Kind of.
Okay.
A little bit.
Good. That's what it's supposed to do, but I can't see what you see, right? So I have no idea if that does the thing. Okay, so that guy, okay.
11 for Roz.
Okay, and then I got to roll for... Don't need you. You. Bam.
Are these knights wearing any insignia that we would recognize?
You can tell that they are not Knights of the Rose. They're not like that high up.
Gotcha. Good.
Yeah. Okay, Shanty, what was your initiative?
Sorry, it was 13. I forgot to click my
That's
man's.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh man. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, these 2 guys rolled first in initiative, but I am gonna roll perception checks for them because they were to see if they're surprised or not. Basically, okay, that guy got a 19. You guys are finding these Uber Knights apparently. Just basically to see if they're surprised as you guys begin to jet past them. That guy got an 18. Damn, no, they are.
I would have rather fought lift knights.
Okay, so
Nobody.
These folks, yeah. So
I got it.
These guys.
Thanks, Daniel.
engage. Who are they gonna go for? I think they're just gonna individually go for the literal nearest person. Just with like a stop. You violated the law. You know,
It's been too long since I've seen a good brawl.
exactly. Okay, so they are coming at you with great sword attacks. So the first two are coming at Solomon. I've got an 8 and I've got a 22.
The 8 misses, the 22 hits. Wait,
Okay.
hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Before we do this,
Holding on.
so I have Shield of Faith, but I can't upcast it, right?
I think Shield of Faith is like, it's not a bonus action. It's not a reaction, is it? I think it's like a thing you do on.
It's a bonus. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking a shield.
Shanty is a bird still. Okay, so you are what kind of bird? Like a, I don't know if I have.
It's a robin. It's just putting out there for your attack situation.
I don't know what stat blocks I have.
I mean, he wouldn't go after the bird anyway.
Do you have Charlie?
I can summon Charlie, but he's not
We can
currently
just
around.
use Charlie to represent.
Right. That might just
Oh,
be
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
So
easiest
actually,
way
hang
to
on.
do it.
I'm gonna. I have an owl. We'll use the owl to represent the thing, but we will just call this one Shanty's bird form. That way, I can
There's
give you
Charles.
control over it. Oh no! Come on, quit that. Come on.
Charles Entertainment Cheese,
Okay, you. You are.
which for anyone who doesn't know is Chuck E. Cheese's full legal name, because corporations are people.
Wait,
you-
is Charles what?
Entertainment
Entertainment.
cheese that's what the E is.
Oh, you're right. It is.
No.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Love it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of mascots with weird names. You know what Sonic the Hedgehog's real name is?
No, what?
What
It's
is it?
Ogilvy.
It's what?
What?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, is that a first or last name?
That's his
Ogilvy?
first name.
Ogilvy?
Wow.
Ogilvy
So is it-
Maurice Hedgehog.
Okay.
I'll put
all
it in
right.
chat
So
just to, like, show
Shanty,
you the
you
spelling.
are a
Wow.
bird. Do
Thank
you have
you,
control
sorry.
of that bird? And do you have
I
a stat
should.
block for that bird?
Ogilvy?
I have. Yes, I
Yeah.
pulled up stat blocks, and
Okay.
yeah, I should.
Okay, so
Yeah, I've got
that's
control.
very bad. Okay, so instead of Shanty, he goes for Twilight.
Oh,
Because
shit.
you are the closest person. That is 2
Did
great
I
sword
get-
attacks.
Pixel, I don't
Oh.
think I got damage for the
That is
22.
correct.
Sorry.
No, you're right. So the 22, thank you, is gonna be 14 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one was a miss, and then he rolls an 8 versus Twilight, which is not gonna hit. And then his second attack is an 18 versus Twilight, which is gonna hit. Twilight takes 9 points of slashing damage, is very badly wounded. Come on. Sorry. Nope. That's not the buttons I want. Hang on, guys. There we go. Is very badly wounded as he slashes into her with this massive greatsword. But she nimbly dodges the other attack. That brings us to Perdita.
All right. Well, seeing that the things are not going well, Perdita is going to take aim at the guard who just hit Twilight, right? Is that
Yep.
who just hit Twilight, and whip out, Perdita's going to whip out her, let me get the right thing now, her short bow.
Okay.
All right, and let's fly at him. And that is a 14 to hit.
Okay. 14 to hit. I don't think that's going to hit. No, it does not.
All right. Trying to see if I have anything else. Oh, well, it would not have mattered. All right. No. All right, I'm just going to hold tight.
Okay.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not stupid. I'm going to duck into the edge of this tent.
Okay. Do you want to try to bonus
grant
action
myself.
hide?
What now?
You want to use the bonus action to try and hide?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
All right. Because I didn't. I was going to use a bonus action, but then I couldn't use it. All right. Stealth. Well,
Okay.
that is a 14.
Okay, Silas, you are up.
Did that
Okay.
work or not work?
You don't know.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, bonus action. I will start the blade song.
Okay.
I will yell at Twilight and Zola, probably book it, and I'll just point in the general direction I know Bedegar to be, and also we'll catch up. And I'm going to hop my happy ass right in front of this guy. On my way there, I'm going to cast Firebolt as one of my attacks.
Okay.
That's a 17 to hit.
17 does not hit.
Damn. And then
Yeah, these are like knights in full plate mail.
that's fine.
So I'll just tell you AC 18.
Okay. Following up with the blade song, I can do a cantrip and then an attack.
Yes. Right.
As my extra attack feature, so I'll do the rapier.
Okay.
That's a natural
Ooh,
20.
there it is.
Okay. So 6
Oh, yeah.
plus 8.
Okay.
So
14.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so you just like whoosh in there. The firebolt is basically a distraction. He sort of bats it out of the way with his greatsword, but that leaves him exposed as you deceptively quickly scoot in there. You're not hasted, but you're used to just
quick.
being quick. And your rapier flashes into sort of a gap in his armor. And you
Yeah,
draw
and as I
blood.
kind of push it through his belly, I'm just going to look him in the eye and be like, "You don't want to do this, friend," and just pull it out.
Okay. Yeah. Make an intimidation check. I don't think he's at a point where he's going to bail yet because all his friends are alive, but like we'll get him into a mindset.
20.
Yeah. He seems a little shocked. Solomon, you're up.
So Solomon's gonna do something that I was gonna hold off for a little bit, but
Uh-oh.
You
Yeah,
got it. You get
I'm
it. Get
kinda-
him.
so Solomon is going to bonus action. Hold on. Oh wait, no, that's an action.
Clench your butts, folks. This is gonna be crazy. All right, everyone in chat, take bets for how many different types of damage Daniel is about to stack.
Well, there's a wrench in my plan. However, I could probably save it for later. So I know I'll save that for later. We'll be okay. Okay. But what I am going to do is make a great sword attack on the person in front of me with Frostbrand.
Okay, let her rip.
Does a 22 hit?
Sure does.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. That is 14 plus 6, 20 damage.
Damn,
to
yeah.
him.
Mighty. That is a very mighty hit.
And
Wow.
Solomon turns. And he's going to do a javelin attack on the enemy in front of Silas.
Okay.
And he's going to put his last level 2 spell slot. Well, we'll see if it hits first. But Solomon's going to try to javelin.
Okay. I do have a question. Is Divine Smite, is that something you can do? I thought that was only on melee attacks.
No, you can do that on ranged attacks.
It doesn't know when you hit a
Divine
creature with a
Smite.
melee weapon attack.
Oh, oops.
It does
No,
specify.
you're right. No, you're right.
Sorry, it would have been
Okay.
cool. Would be great if you could smite at range, but
Yeah, would
Oh,
have
because
been
that's
cool.
the paladin spite, right?
right. Yeah. I think like Wrathful Smite and stuff may not be. I actually don't know.
Those I think you can attach to a ranged attack.
Well,
But
not important
not
to
the-
adjudicate
not
right
the
at this
Divine
minute.
Smite.
So you can still throw the javelin if you would like. You will have disadvantage from being in melee with this guy, but I leave it up to you.
I'll just make another great sword attack on the guy in front
let
of
her
me.
rip.
Might as well.
He's having a bad time from that. That did not go well for him.
Ooh,
That was a 14 to hit.
No, it don't work that way.
Okay. Also, I know it's been a while. For folks at home, if you guys would just sound off and let us know who's got inspiration, in case anybody has some points burning a hole in their pocket. Bonus bomb. Do you have inspiration? Is the question I'm asking. You're muted also. That's a yes. That's a yes from Bonus Mom. Kyla, do you have inspiration?
I do. Thanks, Bonus Mom.
Okay. Daniel, do you have inspiration?
I do not.
Okay. Jesse.
I do not.
Beast.
I do not.
And Taylor.
I do not.
Okay. So Daniel, Jesse, Beast, Taylor do not have inspiration. Not telling anybody they have to spend their points or anything like that. But I know that it's hard to keep track, and so I wanted to just do a sound off as we jump into this combat. But long story short, the 14 does not hit. Anything else from Solomon?
Going through abilities to see exactly what I can do. There's actually something I'm thinking about doing, but
You have a bonus action. You might be able to cast that Shield of Faith.
I could cast that Shield of Faith, or I could regain some spell slots with it too.
Okay, so Solomon, you do have some inspiration now.
Oh, cool. Sweet. Thank you.
Courtesy
I
of
appreciate it.
Shanty. Well, courtesy
You
of
are
Kyla.
welcome, friendo.
Thank you. I
No
appreciate
worries,
it.
friend.
Okay.
So what Solomon is going to do is, yes, he's going to cast, use his bonus action for his last level 2 spell slot to cast Shield of Faith on himself.
Okay. Casting Shield of Faith on yourself will just give you
22 AC.
brutal. Okay. This
That's my turn.
This knight is going to rush up and make his 2 attacks. Those are not the right things, but they didn't hit anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't think. Well, actually, no. Those might have +2 versus +5. No, the 3 does not make a difference. So he comes in with the great swords and misses. That brings us to Zola, who says, Zola looks back at you, Silas, and says, "Fuck this! I'm tired of running," and rushes over next to Twilight, and she is going to make. I'm going to say that she stole some weapons on the way out of town.
I gave her a dagger.
Yeah, okay, you gave her a dagger.
Yeah.
I think she also nabbed a weapon from like a marketplace. She makes 2 scimitar attacks and 1 dagger attack
Okay.
against this guy. So that's one of those hits for 8 points of slashing damage. So she gets in there. Next it is Twilight's turn. Twilight's going to disengage. And she's going to run over and hide in that tent. I don't think she can bonus action hide, so I think she just sort of gets over there. She cannot. Okay, cool. That brings us to Roz.
So, Roz is going to feline agility to double her movement to move up to be in melee with this one next to Solomon. Roz is going to Vicious Mockery, bonus action Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
So that's a DC 15 Wisdom save
Okay.
from
That one. All right.
this guy, the guy that she's in melee with.
Okay, wisdom save. That's an 11.
You have no musk. You smell like a newborn with no potential.
And that knight takes 6 points of psychic damage It will also, I believe, have disadvantage on its next attack roll.
It will indeed, and we're gonna give him I don't know, we're gonna give him a little sad face for the sad face. Okay.
How good is Solomon's constitution?
It is on a scale out of 1 to 10. Solomon's constitution is probably an 8.
Okay. Roz is going to cast Thunder Wave on the 2 guards and Solomon.
Solomon gets a +4 to that save
Okay.
because of his aura.
So do the guards. Oh, did I skip?
it's-
Oh, I'm so sorry. I think I skipped.
Oh, shoot.
I skipped. We'll put you in after. I'm super sorry. I don't know.
It's okay,
I don't know
no
how I did
worries.
that. But yeah, we skipped. Oh, it's because I deleted your other token. Yeah. We'll
I
go back
have
and
a
pick that up.
Bird thing.
Yeah.
I have a +11
Thank you, Taylor.
to
In the future,
this.
just yell at me. You can fully just interrupt and be like, "Hey, asshole!
Okay.
You're skipping people." I
Heard.
promise I deserve it.
So that's a 16.
Okay, so you've got the 16.
That'll
from
make
your
the
aura.
save.
These guys are gonna roll their con saves. I've got a 20 and an 18.
Let's throw that in there. So they both make their saves. On a failed save, okay, on a successful save, they do take half damage, which I believe will be 6 points
Okay.
of thunder damage each.
Okay. So everybody in the cluster takes 6 points of thunder damage, and there is a massive boom as Roz casts
Yeah,
Thunder
almost
Wave.
imagine- It's just a burp. Like right there.
Okay, and then very sorry, Shanty, we're gonna go pick up your turn. Many apologies.
No, it's totally fine. So I think I'm going to fly directly into this guard closest to me's face
Okay.
and start pecking at him,
Okay.
and scratching at him.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, you get a +3 with your talents.
Oh, sweet. Okay,
uh,
great. You have different stats than I do. That's perfect.
Oh, okay.
All right, great.
What owl do you have? A giant owl or a regular owl? What's your?
I'm a small bird, so I'm a robin. So mine's a +2 to hit
Okay, sure.
with talents. I mean, whatever you want to do is fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a stat block for a small bird. Yeah, but yeah, whatever you got on, I'm sure it's fine. I don't think it'll be much different. Yeah, but go ahead and roll to hit. Whatever, +2 or +3. I honestly don't really particularly. I don't, either one's
Okay,
fine.
okay. All right, let's see. I don't know if that's the.
Okay, that is a 5, unfortunately.
Oof, that's okay. We could just be a distraction.
Yeah, so you swoop in and start clawing at this fellow, pecking at them, and unfortunately are not able to.
You
deal
also
any
should have the-
damage.
You also should have the ability flyby, which means you can swoop in and swoop out without taking attacks of opportunity. If you wanted to get in and get out.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a thing.
That's super good to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before your turn
Awesome.
ends, if you'd like to move out of his way, you can,
I
or you can stay
would.
there. Okay,
I would like to do that. Thank you.
beautiful. Okay, and then with that, Enna, you're up.
Yes,
you got?
Enna sees this guard attack Twilight, and she gets pissed. So she's gonna run up to this guard, and she's actually gonna cast Hold Person.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh man,
Nice.
this guy's about to have a bad day if he fails this. Okay.
Yeah,
What is your spell save DC?
15.
15. Okay, so he's got to roll a 13 or higher, which means he has a 65% chance of failing this. I think I could be wrong on that math. That's a 17.
Ah, Jesus
So
Christ.
he just looks
Okay.
at Enna. He just looks at Enna and says, "And I'd do it again."
Oh my god. Oh, it's on. It's fucking on, dude. Fucking on.
Okay, so that was your action. You do
Asshole.
have a bonus action if there's anything you have spell slots for that you'd like to do.
Let's see. For the bonus action, can I cast any spell or just
It has to be a bonus action spell. The only thing I think you have access to is spiritual weapon. I don't know if you have Shield of Faith. I don't know if
It's
you
going
have
to be a
Healing
bonus
Word.
action cantrip, right?
Yeah, you're right. It does have to be a bonus action cantrip, which I don't think you have any. So I take that back.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
that's
think so.
everything you've got.
Okay, well that's it for me. Oh,
Okay.
but her eyes like dilate. Oh, it's on. It's
Oh
on.
man. Okay, so that brings us to the guy up here next to Solomon. He is going to make his 2 attacks on Solomon, but I think he's going to skirt around this way and just try and flank you. I don't have flanking rules in my I don't use flanking, but I think just strategically he thinks it's better to be kind of a little more in the middle here. He's gonna make his 2 greatsword attacks. He's got to beat a 22. He does not. He does not beat a 22. So your shield of faith doing you well here, Solomon. Bringing us to this guy who is going to look at the 3 of you, grin evilly, turn to Enna, and take 2 greatsword attacks.
Against Enna?
Yeah. Oh.
Can I wait. Can I do a reaction?
You can. You have your channel
'Cause I
divinity,
have-
don't you?
Yes, I think I also have one called Warding Flare.
Yeah, I think that's
Where
your
was
channel
it?
divinity, right?
Single you or do you use Oh sugar. Whoa. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, impose divine light. When you are attacked by a creature within 30 feet of you, you can use your reaction to pose disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay. That disadvantage means he misses both attacks. I'm just going to take those other rolls.
Ooh.
So what would have been a 22 and a 24 are actually just a 10 and a 7. So he comes in with what would be just these incredible heavy-hitting greatsword hits, almost certainly dealing a tremendous amount of damage to Enna. And Enna, as you call on Saint Tathan the Sunbringer, holding up your holy symbol in your hand, this blast of white and yellow light just right into this guy's eye, and all of a sudden, whoosh, whoosh, the swings go wide. Well done. I think that's the first time you've ever used that. You played a light cleric in every game I've played with you, and that is the first time you've ever used that. So I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
That sounds like Pixel's giving inspiration.
Okay, yes. Take some inspiration for reading your character sheet.
Thank you.
Okay, Perdita.
You're muted, Trish.
Well, Perdita hopes that she is hidden.
Mhm.
And she is going to attempt from where she is to shoot the god that is next to Solomon with her short bow, but she's going to use steady aim as a bonus action to give myself advantage, and I'm going to shoot.
Yeah, you have advantage from being hidden already. Your stealth check was higher than his passive perception. I don't think he's actively looking for you because he's in combat with a bunch of other people.
Then I don't need to use my steady aim as a bonus action.
You do not, no.
All right.
So you still have your bonus action to do other stuff if you would like. Yeah, go ahead and make that attack roll with advantage with your short bow.
Well, all right. And I'm also, because I'm going to use my short bow, well, let's see if I hit first, all right?
Okie dokie.
Let me get the right one now, short bow. All right, that is an 18 to hit.
Exactly hits.
And trying out for my feeling of power, now that I know that I am the Eyes of Land, I would like to use the Eyes of Land, which says that I gain proficiency in insight, and whenever I hit with a light or ranged weapon, I gain a bonus to damage rolls equal to my proficiency bonus.
Yes, I believe I have already factored that into your damage rolls. So when you see short sword 1d6 plus 8 and short bow 1d6 plus 8, you have a 20 dexterity, and both of those are dex based. So you normally would get 1d6 plus 5. Your proficiency bonus is plus 3, so that's where you get to the plus 8 from. So those are already factored into your
But
rolls.
it is so worth mentioning because I'm, after all, the Eyes of Land.
Yes, I do love it, and I love explaining to our friends at home that these are some supplemental rules that we're using from Kingdoms in Warfare, as our friends are an organization, and they get some extra cool stuff as the officers of this dope.
So
Noble
I
score.
rolled the 18 and I hit.
Yes.
And because Solomon is right there, I also get sneak attack. So I
Yes.
get 10 plus 7 is
Yes.
17.
Okay, and so are you hitting this guy in the south here?
I'm hitting the one beside Solomon.
Solomon. Okay, very good.
I
Thank
have
you.
the
So that is
clearest shot at
17.
him.
Yeah, he's looking rough. He steps around. Clearly, he thought that was the tactical move, not knowing Perdita was there. So he like thinks that he's getting in a position so that when they cut down Solomon, he can turn and help his other friend. But Perdita just shoots him in the back, and like, oh, he is not expecting that. Okay, so you still have your movement and your bonus action.
Was the steady aim was not? No, I used the
You didn't
bonus
have to because
action.
you were hidden. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Well, I'm hidden, so I can't imagine that I would want to do anything
Once
else.
you attack from being hidden, you are no longer hidden. They know where you are. So if you want to stay hidden, you would have to move and use your bonus action to hide again.
Because I was attacked, or
Because
because
you did
I
the attacking.
attacked?
Yeah, you attacked him, so he now knows someone's over there.
All
So
right,
unless
so
you hide
this
again,
is what
he'll-
I'm going to do. I'm going to attempt to move up into this tent over here further. All
Okay,
right, so that's
sure.
what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So
easy
then I
enough.
have a clearer shot at the other fellow.
Okay.
So that's another stealth.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you're so polite. You know, your mother must have raised you very well.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'd do it again.
All right, I
That's
got
a
a
25.
25 on my stealth check. Besides being the perfect mother, I'm also very stealthy, which is actually a sign of the perfect mother.
Alrighty. And also, bonus mom takes some inspiration for reading the stuff on your character sheet.
Well, it's about
I love it
effing
when
time.
my players know how their stuff works. It's great, guys.
You're so wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, Silas, you're up.
Okay, Silas is going to turn to this guy, pull his rapier out, and shove in his wand in the hole and cast magic missile in his stomach.
Oh, okay.
Because I want this guy dead.
All right, what level?
I only have level ones, so
Brutal.
4, 7, and 9.
Okay. He is not dead. He is looking rough, not as rough as the other guy. But yeah, you blast this energy directly into his torso, and he's kind of. You can see a little blood sort of spits out of his mouth, and his ribs are kind of like dented in.
Can I have a bonus action to talk shit?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna look him directly in the eyes and just say, "I told you to run, but not from me." And I'll look over at Solomon and just wink at him.
Nice. Speaking of Solomon, you are up.
So the person who tried to flank Solomon turns to him, and Solomon's going to use his action to spend 20 lay on hand points that put him back at max HP.
Oh, that doesn't get him anywhere near max HP, but all right, he can have 20 hit points back. Sure.
No,
just-
69 Solomon.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the guy. I was like, if you want to heal this man just so you can hit him
No.
more, honestly,
No.
it's a baller move and I respect it. I would 100% love that. But no, you're healing yourself.
Solomon-
I got it. Okay.
As Solomon is staring this man in the eyes, he can see that Solomon's wounds heal up.
Okay.
And Solomon's going to use a bonus action to recover I think
Spell
it's a level 2 spell slot.
Okay. What ability is that?
It's called let me find it.
I'm just, I believe you have it. I'm just curious as to what it is.
No,
I'm not
you're
familiar
fine.
with it. Harness divine power. Oh, you're using your channel divinity. Oh, fascinating. And what did you end up getting from your? Now I'm just curious. Hand of Ren, proficiency, athletics, and you get an extra fighting style. Okay. Okay, yeah. So you sort of spend this turn like just re-girding yourself to unleash hell on the next round.
Yeah.
That was your action and bonus
Yeah.
action. Any movement from
Yep.
Solomon?
Solomon is going to stay where he's at.
All right, Solomon is staying where he is. That brings us to this knight who is going to look at Roz, look at Solomon, look back at Roz. and is going to attack Roz. He has disadvantage on this first attack.
Sure does.
Come at
Alright.
me, you brute.
With disadvantage, that first attack is an 11, and then the second attack does not have disadvantage. It is an 18 to hit.
That's exactly what he needs.
Oof. All right. So, Roz, you take, 8 points of slashing damage. Pathetic. Okay. That brings us back to Zola, who is going to look over at Enna and just sort of like wink and say like, I'll soften him up for you, and make her attack. So that is 2 scimitars and 1 dagger attack. And only the second dagger hits for 5 more points of damage. And then she is going to, without leaving his threat range, move back around to the other side of him. Shanty, you're up.
Okie so first, sorry, Pixel, I know this makes it complicated, but I'd like to go ahead and use my bonus action to drop my shape and go back into being myself.
Okay. Got it. What? There we go.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. It's just roll 20. Okay, here's what I'm actually probably gonna read that now. Okay, bam. Shanty, there you are. Bonus action.
Fantastic. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and make an attack with my rapier.
Okay, let her rip.
Nope. Oh,
Oof.
no.
That is a 9 to hit.
Can
It
I?
does not hit. But you
Okay.
can. Well, you can use inspiration if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think I shall. Thank you.
Sure.
I just do the thing again.
Yeah, you just hit it again.
Fantastic. Hey!
20,
good.
on the other hand, hits.
All right, fantastic. And that
You
is
just-
for...
Yeah.
Just click and roll damage?
Yep.
Is that... Sweet.
That is the thing.
Thank you. Eh.
You click it in the. There you go. Yeah. Oh, that'll work. Okay. Max damage. Woo.
Ouch.
Nice.
So Shanty
Ow.
sort of
Needed that.
the owl sort of flies in and ineffectually scrabbles at like his helmet, and then you're like, nah, fuck this, and he sort of whoosh back
Surprise.
into your sort of fungal water genasi form, and then just stab him, and he's just like, oh, what the fuck?
Excellent. And then,
At this point, he's extremely rough.
perfect. And I'm just gonna kind of chill here, I think.
This is
And
how
then
I
my
die.
turn.
Okay. That brings us to Twilight. All she has is a spear. I think Twilight's just gonna hang out. She's pretty rough. Roz, you're up.
So Roz is going to cast Vicious Mockery on the other guy, the guy that is
Okay.
only in melee with Solomon. So that's a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. 12 does not. Wait, it's 14, so it does not cut it.
Your friend hits like a child. You look weaker than him.
It takes 5 points of psychic damage and has disadvantage on its next
Yeah,
attack.
he is. He's like stumbling on the verge of death here. Very sad.
Finish him, Solomon.
And Roz is going to take the dodge action.
Okay. Anna, you're up. This
All
guy is
right.
looking extremely rough. He's
Ah,
on death's
thank
door. Let's see
God.
if you can usher him into whatever afterlife awaits this poor Twilight hitting bastard.
All right. So. And do. Okay. Can Enna backstat or I'm sorry. Backstep.
Back step. You can. He
Like,
will
kinda
get an
like
attack of
facing him.
opportunity. If you step out of his threat range, he'll get an attack of opportunity. He under no circumstances could he kill you with that. So you're probably safe to do it, but it's up to you. And he also might miss. So
Yeah, I'm gonna take 10 feet to kind of step back from him, and I'm gonna do Scorching Ray.
Okay, so he misses. That's an 8. So you step back, and just a hair of a second too late, whoosh! His greatsword sort of cuts through where you just were, as he's sort of like standing there.
All right, and she's gonna cast Scorching Ray on this guy.
Okay. Yeah, it's 3 attack rolls. Go ahead and roll those attacks.
Okay. 15.
Okay.
9.
15 misses, 9 misses, 19 hits.
Can I burn my inspiration to do another one?
Yeah, if you want to re-roll one of those, you can.
24.
24 also hits.
Whoop, whoop.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
7 and
5. So 12 damage. All right, Anna.
Oh, you fucking no! Okay, okay.
All right. So
okay.
yeah, this bastard who hit Twilight and would do it again is halfway through the doorway to death, standing in front of you. Your friends have been pummeling him. They've softened him up for you. What does Anna do?
Oh, yeah. Anna's gonna slowly walk up to this guy. His corpse laying on the ground. She looks down at him. She kind of does like a little checkout, like where she looks him up and down, and she says, and I do it again.
Yes, she does.
So yeah, these fireballs, boom, boom, just like poof, poof, blast into this guy, knocking him down. Anna saunters up and delivers the coldest line of 2022. And, or I guess 1412, whatever fucking year it is in Orden. Who knows? I don't.
It is the year of Akatosh.
And yeah, so you walk back up and drop your line. I think that's everything for Anna's turn, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Brutal.
All right. So now it is the knight next to Solomon's turn. Solomon's back at full hit points. This guy's on death's door. He is
And he has disadvantage.
desperate. He does have disadvantage. I'm just gonna like make a wisdom save for this guy. No, I'm gonna make a constitution save. How brave is this guy? Is he willing to give his life for Saxon? No, he has an 8. He disengages and starts running away from the fight. He doesn't even pay attention to Twilight over there. He just fully starts booking it.
Solid.
Just fully.
Hold
turns
on, I
tail
may
and runs.
have bad news for this guy.
Okay. Oh, if you have Sentinel, you still get to take an attack, right? Because I think that supersedes his disengage, right?
I don't think I have Sentinel, but I have something supernatural. Close foes retreat when you hit a creature. Okay, no. Yeah, he
Okay.
gets away. Wait.
So he. I mean, he's
Yeah,
not going to
he
get away
gets
from
away.
all of you,
He
right?
gets away.
Okay, so he gets away from Solomon, and that's his action and movement. Perdita, you're up.
So you must help me here, Monsieur le DM. I'm
Okay.
hidden. I'm very secretive here. I can see both of those fellows.
Yes.
Which one is in the worst shape?
Oh, definitely the guy running for his life.
All right. And since he is within my range, I am going to, and I'm hidden, right? Am I, or I'm not hidden now?
You
I
are
didn't
hidden.
lose-
You made like a 25 stealth check last time.
All
You
right.
you were already hidden to begin with. You attacked. You moved. You used your bonus action to hide again, and got even better than the first one. So
All right. Well, I'm going to short bow at him.
okay,
And that is a 19.
19 hits.
Now, do I have to say if I'm using my eye? Can I use my Eyes of Land every time?
Yes, it's baked into every attack that
All
you
right.
do.
I don't have to worry about it.
As far as
but,
I know, right? I think it's literally every single attack.
All right. Then I'm
yes,
going to do my damage, which is 24.
Yeah, whenever you hit, you gain an extra damage. Okay. Oh, God,
Oh,
yeah.
wait a minute. It would not be 24 because it is not a sneak attack. It would be 9.
It is
Well,
sneak attack.
it's
You're
sneak attack
hidden.
if you want it to be. You're hidden, so you can get sneak attack from being
Oh,
hidden.
then it is 24. I forgot that part.
All right.
I'm so amazing. I forget some of the things I can do.
Yeah, there's a level 7 characters
Lot
start
of
to have
rules,
a lot of
folks.
stuff. Yeah. All right, Perdita. As this coward who is trying to kill your friends and keep them here so that Saxon can kill them and so on and so forth. As he turns and runs away, you shoot him with an arrow. What is it? Tell me about it.
Well, I did from underneath the thing, and it's so amazing, too. I step sort of a little bit closer to the edge of the tent, and I fire it off, and as it goes through the air, something he would not understand, as it nails him in the back of his neck, and the arrow goes all the way through. I would say in this camp, where he wouldn't understand, but probably Twilight would, the eyes of Rand are upon you.
Yeah, because I think he's like running, and he turns to look at Twilight, and she looks at him, and then and he just sort of like skids in a little like spurt,
Oh, ragdoll.
in a little spurt of blood as he sort of slides a little bit.
And then I'm going to move a little closer to the edge of the tent,
Okay.
so I'm more in line with the other guy. And
Okay.
I want to do another stealth check then to see if I'm still hidden, right? Or is my 25 still good for that?
You would have to do another one, and I think that's fine. You attacked that other dude. This guy has multiple people attacking you. I don't think he would have a good chance to know that you're kind of there. So yeah, make another stealth check.
That is a 24.
Yeah. Okay. Silas, you're up. This guy has been burned and has just dropped some absolutely cold shit on this motherfucker. What next?
Yeah, so I'm gonna move to about right here and cast Firebolt,
Okay.
trying to shit. That's okay.
Brutal.
But wrap back around and follow up with another rapier attack
Okay. Let
That's
it rip.
nat 1 on that firebolt, folks.
for a
Oof.
13. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's
so
okay.
Silas, magically tapped. You have had like your spellcasting brain having to go in so many different directions, from fireballs to hastes to invisibility, just all this different stuff you had to cast. You're exhausted, and these knights in their heavy armor are eluding you in this moment, but you are sort of rushing in to help your friends.
Yeah, I'm just surrounding him now.
Solomon, you're up.
All
One
right,
left.
so Solomon's gonna make 2 great sword attacks,
All right, let her rip.
Oh, 26.
26 hits.
and I'm gonna spend a level 2 spell slot to divine smite.
Yeah, let her rip. Okay, so that is, what is that?
26.
That's 13 damage off the top.
Hold on, I got 2 ones. I can re-roll
Oh.
both of them.
Okay. On your, from Great Weapon Master.
Yep. Yes, I can.
Damn, yeah, you rolled great on that Radiant and that cold damage. too.
So 2d6. That's a 4
Okay,
plus
So that's
whatever my
4
mod.
plus 4 plus 1 is 9.
9
Plus 6 is 15. Plus
Plus
13
13
is 28.
Yepper.
Okay. He had not been hit nearly as much, but he is now in very bad shape.
All right, here we go. Strike number 2.
Yeah.
Finish him.
I'm gonna burn chat inspiration.
Okay.
I'm
Toasty.
going for it.
Do it.
Damn.
Ooh,
17.
Not quite
Yeah,
there.
not
This
quite
massive hit, you slam into him. The second one, he barely gets the sword up in time. Breathing heavily. Like all the rest of his coward friends, he's going to disengage. And he is going to run back towards the gate. Bringing us to Zola Honeycutt, who is going to throw her knife at him, I think. He's 45 feet away. She's going to move up next to Silas, I think. No, she's got to move a little bit further ahead. She moves just past Silas. She's going to throw her knife at this guy. And that's really all she can do with it. That's a 10. So she hurls her knife, and it sort of plings off the guy.
I'll yell at her. That was my. Okay, all right.
She says, well, you pick it up then. Shanty.
Let's see. I just need to measure something super fast. Do.
Hey, everyone, let's measure things.
Get him, Shanty.
Math.
Sorry.
cast Moonbeam on him.
Okay. All right, hang on 1 second. I think I have some Moonbeam. Yes, I do. Ammo.
Soon as I find where I put it. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, so that you are not Jacobo. You are you. That's Moonbeam. And I want everyone to see that aura. Bloop. There you go.
Bloop.
So there is the aura. You can move that token, I believe.
And
Damn
what
it.
does the moonbeam do?
Okay, so it's a 40
It is
foot
so
tall cylinder that does, what is it, 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save. And
Okay.
half as much, failed con save.
Con
And
save.
half as much on a successful
And what
save.
is your
but-
DC?
Sorry.
It's higher than
I'm
9.
very-
I know it's higher than 9. So yeah, he fails.
It's higher than 9. Okay,
because
fantastic.
it's 8 plus wisdom or whatever. So yeah. Okay.
Fantastic. Any idea why when I'm clicking my spells, it's not putting them anywhere?
Not necessarily.
it's been
Is
doing
it
that all
asking you
night.
what level it wants you to cast it at? Move your sheet around or like double click it to hide it. You know what I'm talking about? It might be trying to ask you what level you want to cast the spell at.
Oh, that would explain a whole
It
lot.
it pops
Thank
up in
you.
a separate little like underneath window.
And
Oh,
it's very irritating.
It is very irritating. Yes.
actually, no, I don't have anything like that. There's this little bubble down here that says sleight of hand for some reason, but that's not.
Sleight of
Anyway,
hand.
I'm not.
It's
I'm
on
not
your
really sure.
spells sheet.
Yeah.
So
I have
actually
all my
where it
spells
says
sheet
core
right
bio spells in the top right underneath
Mhm.
like XP, you see like chaotic
Mhm.
good. Okay, so go to spells over there,
now. Okay.
and then you have so you have that big thing, and then just click the what is it, Moonbeam?
Yeah, and I'm clicking it, and it's just not doing
Is
things.
it
That's what it was
red?
doing last time. It's red, yeah.
Okay,
So I don't really know.
that is weird.
Yeah, it's been doing it all night. I'm not
Huh.
sure.
I don't. That is very strange. I can
Well,
put
do you
it
want me
in
just to
chat.
roll 2d10?
Yeah, go ahead and just roll those
Okay.
2d10. It takes the
Sorry.
full damage. That is that's super weird, man.
Yeah.
No idea.
I'm like, we're having a hard enough time learning things without your help. Roll 20. Like, we're
Right.
good. Okay.
12 points of damage. Hey, do you want to guess how many hit points this guy had?
Was it 12?
It was exactly 12 hit points. I swear to God, as chat is my witness.
Yeah.
Exactly 12 hit points. So Zola flings the dagger and it sort of like bings, bounces off of his, bounces off the armor. And Silas is like, about the whole dagger situation. And then having just stabbed a man after having been an owl for a robin for a second, Shanty sort of like steps forward. And what does it look like as you cast Moonbeam?
I think she's just going to get really mad seeing Zola try so hard. It's just got to be insulting watching this dagger just like blink off of this guy's armor. And she's doing her best. And I think she's just going to like raise both hands up and you'll just see like the spores around her start to glow and her eyes start to glow. And then she's just going to pull her hands down like this and just a shower of radiant light in a 40-foot tall cylinder is just going to engulf this man.
Yeah, and he just like is like this radiant light, and it sort of turns into this kind of silver fire, and just like wraps around, and he's like screaming, "Ah, ah, ah," and he sort of like hits his knees and falls on his face as he tries to run away, and that is gonna do it for these knights. We are out of initiative, and with that, having finally killed these knights on your way out of town after some crazy rolls that they made to notice you in the first place, bit off more than they could chew, and you are all free to flee. And so you make your way finally back onto the open road, rushing out of town before they can muster any knights to come and get you. And with that, friends, you are going to just make it back to Castle Rend. Zola, Honeycut, and Twilight. I think Twilight doesn't come all the way with you. I think Twilight gives you the information. Well, I don't know. Maybe she comes with you. Maybe she doesn't. We have a few minutes left here. So Zola Honeycutt is going to come all the way with you back to Castle Rend. It is going to take you a day or two of travel to make it all the way back to, I think a couple days of travel actually, to make it all the way back to Castle Rend, completing your sort of first week. As you travel, one of the nights, I guess the first night sort of at the campfire after you all have, made it out of the city, you found a place that you think is pretty safe that the knights won't find you out here, well outside of the city. And Twilight sort of turns to look at you all and says, well, I suppose I ought to tell you what I know, yeah? Thank you, by the way, for getting me out of there.
One should be so lucky to have a permanent home with 3 meals.
Right.
So,
ma'am,
tell us.
I was in a cage.
Yes, a nice, tight, comforting, confining cage with walls that hug you nice and safe.
She sort of turns and looks at the rest of you. Is she fucking for real?
Rolf,
Probably.
can it, all right? Oh, excuse me. Rolf, can it for a moment, please?
She has a real nice crate back at the castle.
Well, look.
She goes in there when she's anxious. It's just her
Do-
comfort place.
It calms me down.
I think it's okay if you like to be in the cage and you put yourself in there, but when somebody else puts you in there, and they're gonna beat you and kill you if you leave, it's not so nice. I guess what I'm trying to say is your experiences are not universal.
So, Twilight, is there anything you can tell us that will help us in this adventure?
Help
will
you in
gain
this
better
adventure? I don't-
gar?
Oh, that's what you're doing.
Well, we hope so,
I mean-
yes.
It's not like we stopped to talk about what you were up to when you were busting me out of there. I didn't have time to ask questions.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
So here's what I know. I know a little bit of lore about the Elgin Whites. Actually, that not too far from here is a monolith called the Goldstone. You go there, you are going to find a certain individual that I happen to know has quite close relations, friendly terms, if you will, with those Elgin Whites. And I know that if they can be convinced to aid you, it would certainly be with him, I don't know, interceding on your behalf. And they can be quite powerful allies.
Oh, that is fascinating. So he could lead us into a relationship with them that would be mutually beneficial.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that is wonderful. You have been so very helpful. Would you like to stay with us and to spend some time here at Castle Rend?
She looks around the group and sort of shrugs. Does anyone have anything they want to say to her?
Is she the one that Anna was all interested in?
I believe she's one of the ones that Anna has had an eye on. I don't know if Anna wants. It's up. Again, that is fully, as we discussed in advance, something that if you guys want to go in those directions, I'm perfectly willing to go there. But she's not gonna make the first move, because none of my NPCs are ever gonna do that. So,
Well, Perdita is going to back out of the conversation. That's why I was asking the question. Is Perdita has nothing more, and isn't going to try to convince her of anything because she didn't really have any interaction with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enna is gonna ask Twilight, what are you gonna do after this? Where are you gonna go?
You got plans later?
What you doing, girl?
By after this, I mean like right after this. Like in the next 45 minutes. No, but seriously though, she sort of looks around a little bit and says, "Well, I don't know. I've been Bedagar most of my life. Obviously, not really working out there. Hadn't really thought much more than about just sort of getting out of that cell. I guess I didn't really plan that far ahead."
Well,
How long were you in that cell?
Hang on.
50 years.
Oh, 2 months or so, I think.
Wow. Well, there's no pressure, but we do have a safe space and there's food. You'd be able just to be not in a cell and we can heal you.
I don't have to sleep in a box.
No.
Unless you want to.
No, unless you want, yeah.
Mine is taken.
Sort of shudders and says no.
There's beds and everything. And a mimic you can be friends with if you want.
That's a nice offer.
Enna says, please come with us. You could learn so much.
Okay. Yeah, Enna, make her persuasion check.
Where is it? 15.
15. Yeah, she sort of she looks at you and says, "No, I think that's the first time anyone's actually wanted me anywhere."
Enna's eyes kind of like twinkle.
Excellent. And I think that's where we'll sort of draw to a close on that scene. And yeah, so both Zola and Twilight are going to head back with you all to Castle Ren. It takes you a few more days to get back there. And that is going to end the first week, the first faction turn, and the first little adventure on this Region of Bedagar. So you had 6 weeks until we know that Saxon's armies will probably be ready. So you have made it through the first week. You have freed Zola Honeycutt, which means that your alliance is cemented with the clock, which means that you will get their unit, which I hope that Past Pixel was smart enough to have put, I think it's the crew,
in
right?
our handouts, yeah.
Yeah, so I think I already gave that to you guys because but I've changed it. It's not the same crew you knew before. They are, in fact, quite a bit better. They are a tier 3 veteran medium infantry unit. They have a bunch of pretty cool stuff for them. You guys can enjoy that. But they are a human unit of thieves as infantry. And that brings your current set of units to, you have the crew, you have the Unbreakable and the Hounds of Dalrath from your kind of previous faction turns. That's what your diplomacy checks did this current turn. All of which are powerful allied units. I think all of them are tier 3. And then you have access to the Blue Dragon Fight, the Hisker's Band, Solomon's Sword Soldiers, the Rangers, the Old Guard, and the Lancers. So you guys are beginning to build up quite the army here. So we won't necessarily put those units under anybody's command just yet. But things are beginning to look pretty good. Now, we're not going to do it this time, but I want you guys to be thinking for next time what you'd like to do. When you left for Bedegar, and this can have changed, but when you left for Bedegar, I believe your plan was to go and deal with the Necromancer's Tower next. You can change that. You now have information about this person you can find at the Goldstone who can lead you to the Elginwold and maybe get you allied with the Elgin Whites for whatever their help is. Or you can go try and take on this Necromancer situation or whatever else you think you want to do, as well as be thinking about what you'd like to do for your next faction turn. If you guys recall, we haven't done with that stuff in a couple of weeks, which means a couple of months. But you do have your party sheet, and you have several different kinds of actions you can take. You can try to muster units. You can try diplomacy, although you've diplomated most of the things you're going to be able to diplomat very easily. You can try to sabotage Lord Saxton's defenses, which will give you various benefits. You can try to bolster your own defenses, which will help prevent Saxton from messing with you. There's a number of things you can do. I would encourage you, if you would like, to visit the Kingdoms of Warfare PDF that I have shared with everybody to examine what some of those kinds of things you can do with your faction turn is. Does anyone know who selected the action for the last faction turn? Like, who took the last one? Because you kind of, or who used their proficiency?
Silas, wasn't it?
I think I would have marked. Did I? Oh, because I don't remember who I marked off for. Yeah, I didn't mark anybody off for proficiency. I know you took the bonus action, backdoor negotiations,
to talk to Dalrath.
Okay, so that was Dalrath. So that would have been Silas's.
But remind me, did we not get the information about Zola Honeycutt from Perdita talking to the Clasp? Was that not the...
No, Perdita's...
Perdita's...
Yeah, that came from Two Buckle. Perdita's thing was the orcs.
Right.
That's
yeah,
right.
Perdita sent somebody to the orcs.
She is the action for the orcs. And I used an action, or a bonus action for the Dalrath.
Now,
and then
the question I guess I have is, did you guys add your proficiencies on both those rolls, or did you just add them on one? Does anybody remember this? I should have marked it down at the time, but
Perdita definitely used hers. I remember because we had a conversation about perception or her persuasion versus her proficiency bonus.
Okay.
I remember
so here's what I'm gonna do. For now, I'm gonna mark down Perdita having used her proficiency.
Yeah, so Chad is reminding us it was Perdita's action.
Yeah. Because you got an action and a bonus action, and you can choose whether or not you add your proficiency to things. It's kind of an odd situation with it. Because each one of you gets to only add your proficiency to one of the turns, basically, to one action that gets taken. So you could have burned two of your proficiencies up top or not. I'm going to go back and watch that episode is what I'm going to do.
I also burned mine.
You think you also burned yours? Just get
I think so.
I'm going to go back and watch the episode. Could someone do me a favor and remind me in like 2 days and say like, hey, did you watch that episode and figure out the proficiency thing yet? Just so that by the time we get to 2 weeks from now, I will have solved that problem and know exactly what happened. But be thinking about who's going to take the turn to use their proficiency, and you can chat. I encourage you to chat amongst yourselves about what you want to do and figure out whose proficiency you're going to use based on whose skills and stuff. Would be great.
Cool.
Cool. Well, I know that was a boring bit of bookkeeping, like right at the end after that adorable scene and the super dope moonbeam killing of that guy. But thank you guys for coming. We're gonna end the session there. Much appreciated to everyone for hanging out. Thank you to all the cast members. And we're gonna do our usual sign off. If someone would like to help us go find someone to raid, that would be delightful. Vincent is live. Let's go raid Vincent. I don't think we've raided him lately from here. And I know he had internet trouble earlier, so I want to help a boy out. So we're going to do that. Anyway, if you please, Cass, we're going to go back around. Just remind everyone who you are and where you can be found on the internet, if indeed you can be found there. Bonus Mom.
Hi, I'm Bonus Mom, and I play Perdita, the Tabaxi Rogue, and I'm quite deadly. You are liking what you are seeing. Yes, I would think so. And, well, there's more to talk about with my tale, so you must tune back next time. As far as Bonus Mom, she can be found a lot of different places. Podcasting, I do TikTok Lives Monday through Friday in the morning. I will be playing some Pokemon Scarlet very soon and for a long time. And the first Sunday in December, I will be doing a very interesting thing. I want to plug this with Nerdy Teacher, where we will be talking about how to create a barbarian and make him a good one, and then how to roll up a strong and interesting character. And we invite chat to help us do that, so it's interactive. It happens on a Sunday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. and Bonus Mom 70 on Twitch.
Okay.
Check out my podcast, and then I'm done. Oh, and I am so thankful for all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and blessings to you, my friends, during this next wonderful week.
Excellent.
And call your mother. All of you.
Okay. And Kyla.
Hey, pals. I'm Kyla. Tonight I was Shanty, our Water Genasi Circle of Spores druid and bard friend. And thanks for hanging out. It was super cool hanging out with you in chat. Oh, and I can be found under the handle Kai2D2 at most places on the internet. So.
Hi, I'm busy. Call me later.
Okay. Listen, I did my best. I did my part. Daniel. Jokes aside, Daniel.
Hey, I'm Daniel. Appreciate y'all being here watching this. And I played Solomon and can't wait to see y'all back next time. And I can be found in Bonus Mom's Tavern.
Huzzah, that is in our Discord. Excellent. Beast.
Hi, y'all. I'm Beast. I played Raz Iskers, the Tabaxi Valor Bard, and I can be found also in the Discord, Bonus Mom's Tavern. I go by Beast there.
Huzzah. Jesse.
I'm Jesse. I'm around. You see me on the internet. Bye.
Excellent. And Taylor.
Hi, friends. I'm Taylor. I played Enna, the light cleric, wood elf, badass bitch. Not really anywhere on the internet, but after this, I will be playing Pokemon Violet. So you won't be seeing me do that, but maybe I'll pop into some of the Discords for Bonus Mob here in the next couple of weeks. So I've got some time off, so I'll try to pop hit in and out. I am Tater in Twitch if anybody hasn't figured that out yet. So yeah,
Excellent.
That's me.
Huzzah. Yeah, so I'm Pixel. Hi, everybody. And I run the games here at Ages of Ainur for the most part. And I'm currently running our Region of Bedegar campaign, which you just watched part of. And if you enjoyed it, I hope you go back and watch the rest if you haven't already. And I also run the Curse of Strahd game that we do with our friend Vincent Page, who we're about to go raid. That is another super fun game that happens on alternate Fridays. So next week will be Curse of Strahd, although it probably won't be on Friday. If it happens at all, it'll be on Saturday or something. Anyway, and then this one will be back the following week. You get it. Pretty straightforward. I also run the Ages of Ainur Discord, which is basically the Bonus Mom's Tavern Discord. It kind of wears a lot of hats. We do a lot of stuff in there. We play Dungeons and Dragons in there. If you are watching this, even if you're watching this well after the fact, like on YouTube or something, and you're like, man, these people are fun, and I bet they play good D&D because I watched it and it was fun. We do this stuff in the Discord. We have a bunch of DMs in there, a bunch of players. All of them are great. We vet all of our DMs personally. We have little interviews with them and kind of see, you know, what they're up to and what kind of styles of games that they run. Just make sure that everything is good. And as far as I know, everyone is loving all the D&D that's happening there, which is super excellent. And so you can join that community and you can be either a DM or a player with us. So if you've enjoyed this, please go check that out. And if you don't know how to play D&D, people there will be happy to teach you. I promise. We have lots of really friendly people in there that answer those kinds of questions all the time. Also, you can find me here on twitch.tv/HammerandPixel, where I play video games and do a bunch of other stuff, make a fool of myself, and talk about, you know, critical theory and literature and stuff. It's a fun time. And that is it for me. We are going to go raid Vincent Page. Oh, last thing I wanted to mention. I think we might make a Pokemon channel in the Discord. I think that's probably a good idea for people to like share friend codes and trades and stuff.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so we'll make one of those for people, and that way people can kind of like do those sorts of things. It just occurred to me while we were streaming this that I should do that. So, but that's it. We're going to go raid Vincent Page, friends. And the only thing I would like to say is thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching. Thanks to all of the cast for their wonderful efforts in this campaign and in all these games. It's an absolute blast, and I love playing with all of you. And I am super grateful that we have so many people who will watch us do this for some reason. I guess it's entertaining, maybe. I don't know. I hope so.
Were we inspirational for you tonight, Pixel? All of us?
Sure, if you don't have de-inspiration, take some de-inspiration.
Thank you.
But with that, I would just like to leave you with a little request from me to you, if you would not mind. Until the next time I see you, please just be a little more kind to yourself than you think that you have to be, because I promise that you're wrong, and you actually should be more kind to yourself than you think you ought to. It is not more kindness than you should deserve, because you deserve the whole world and stuff. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I will catch everybody later.
Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rents asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. Let me sing a song of a family forged by trials and woes.